What up? What up? An idea that maybe, because I'm bored at looking at plants. I've been really working on the best way to enjoy my harvest. Like, um, I was a guy that would roll a joint with fucking zigzag fucking rolling machine, never used crutches, never, like to now I actually use crutches, I actually hand roll the joints, I actually find that there's almost a smoking etiquette that I'm trying to follow more. And I'll be honest, I'm enjoying the weed a lot better. You can real easily just throw some weed in a fucking paper, roll it up real quick, fucking slobber on it, fucking close it up, light it and smoke it and call it a day. But you can actually get more enjoyment out of the weed that you're smoking with a little bit of weed etiquette or smoker's etiquette. So I would love to do like a don't jump up here and show me your fucking grow. I don't care. Jump up here and show me your roll. Roll a joint. Show me. Let's talk about how you smoke that joint. Let's talk about how you enjoy it. Let's talk about how you roll it. Let's talk about what your preferred papers are. Let's talk about. Let's get into that. Let's get into how we can best enjoy the fruits of our labor. And if you're not there yet, you're just not there yet. But I mean, some people are, and they're growing really good pot. And I think taking a fucking really good weed and throwing it in a fucking dirty pipe or a dirty bong or a fucking, you're just not getting the true enjoyment that you should out of that. I don't know. What's everybody's thoughts? Yeah. Back at you, Senor. Well, it used to take me like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes to roll a joint. It probably takes me closer to 10, 15 minutes now doing it by hand. I've got to where I could roll the paper and the crutch and everything all up, and then all I got to do is just stuff it like a cone. But it's a cigarette style, and then I can pack it how I want. I could, like what up, like Junior, Big Turp. I'm gonna roll one here in a minute, and I'll show you what I mean. But I don't really like the fucking filters or the crutches or whatever you want to call them. I don't really like the ones I have right now. They're they're a lot stiffer, a lot thicker than that. The art roll papers are awesome. The crutches I don't care for. Dono, what up, brother? But there was something else I'd like to talk about too. I read an article yesterday about two guys that were using bat guano in their marijuana grow. They ended up dying from, the effects of it. Which some of us have talked about it before, some more than others, but organic nutrients and living soil, people mixing this stuff up and not knowing what they're doing, not having this stuff tested. I often wondered, because I don't know a lot about it, but I often wondered before about, of course, you can have good bacteria, but if you can have good bacteria, you can also have bad bacteria. And you can also have good and bad funguses. So if you really know what you're doing, you could be breeding something that you're breathing in, your family's breathing in. You bring this stuff in your house and you're doing this in your house. These are bacteria and funguses and nasty things that you could build up, and essentially your family could be breathing this in. Sure, it might not affect you today or tomorrow or the next day, but 5 years, 10 years from now, you could end up with serious lung infections, serious, side effects from these long-term breathing in these funguses that you have no clue that you're breathing. The article did say, I'll tell you straight up, the article did say that fungus that they ended up getting, and there's a 1% chance that you could get that. Okay, and I know a lot of people are like, 1% chance. There's a lot of fucking things that are a higher percent chance that you could die from. But that's that 1%. Like, why would you bring that into your grow? Why would you risk that to your family? Why would you? I mean, like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you could grow a bad bacteria or a bad fungus that slowly kills you as you breathe it in, if there's that chance, 1% is a chance. There's a chance that could happen. Why would you fuck with it? I mean, right. I mean, most people are shitting. I mean, most people are trying to get the shit out of their house. They're trying to take a shit in the toilet, flush it away. But we got guys now that want to bring the shit, animal shit and stuff in the house and mix it all up in their house. And again, if you don't know what you're doing, I mean, as far as I understand, you can build a bomb out of fertilizer, right? So what's to say you don't mix a bunch of shit up and you just, I don't know. It's just, for me personally, I think it's insane. I wouldn't put that, like, for me, it's medicine though. So I wouldn't risk growing a nasty fungus or bacteria when I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. And nobody's doing this and taking their soil in and having it tested. I mean, I can't say nobody because nobody's ever, it's a lot. But I mean, majority of the people you ask them straight up, well, how did it test when you took it and had it test? They're like, oh, I don't test it. What? You can tell me Fox Farm is hot as shit right out the bag, but you can't tell me anything about your soil that you made up that's so much better because you don't even get to fucking test it. But I mean, that's my rant on fucking animal shit and mixing your own nutrients in your house. I mean, it can kill you. It can kill you. I mean, that's just crazy to me. That you all of a sudden think you're better than the company that makes these soils. I mean, that's got to be what it is. Or why wouldn't you just go buy, like, oh, well, I can make so much more. Like, so much more of what? Because you don't even know what you're making. Like, fuck. Walmart ran out of Pro Mix close to me. So I had to buy a bag of Ocean Forest. And I can tell you this, there is definitely a difference between Ocean Forest and the Pro Mix I use. I'll be honest, I don't really care for the fucking Pro Mix or the Fox Farm on the side that it's a true soil. It holds a lot more water for a lot longer, and I don't really care for that. I like being able to water more frequent. I didn't think I did, but after getting this bag, I don't want to get Fox Farming. I don't want to do soil. I'm really considering doing cocoa at this point. That's how much. I mean, I'm not caring for the Fox Farm this round. But I mean, for new growers, I say use Fox Farm. Um, but I can tell you this: if you're running your tent at like 75 degrees and you're running Fox Farm and you fully saturate your pot, it better be the right size pot for the plant, because that plant's going to sit in that wet soil for a long time. Like, it doesn't dry out the same. I, I, mm, nope. I won't get Fox Farm again. I, mm, I'm not even in like the Promix I use is mostly peat, but it doesn't have the same as the soil does. So it dries out a lot more airier, dries out a lot quicker. Um, yeah, I just oh fucking Chapo, maybe going to cocoa and drip fucking drippers. Cocoa and drippers. I see it coming soon. Come on. Nobody wants to show their fucking joint. Show your roll. What you working with? What you working with? Oh yeah, now I got the dog fucking gonna come lay on my chair behind me. You know that kills my fucking back every time you do that, dog. It's only about the plants. Only about the plants. All about the plants. With that being said, it looked like Levels had more fucking canopy last grow than he does this grow. Huh. I got you. I was right in the middle of rolling a joint, fucker.
So you're switching to cocoa.
Yeah, I might switch to cocoa. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I gotta, do a little research on it, find out what cocoa I want to use. But
Just use the kind that comes from cocoa nuts.
cocoa nuts?
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, I thought that was interesting that going to cocoa?
Well, I mean, like I said, I've been using this Pro Mix so long that I never really thought about it. But then Walmart ran out of it, and I had to get Fox Farm, and it just showed me. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I really care for this true fucking 100% soil. Because it just stays, I don't like how it stays wet so long. And really, that's dangerous because if you got a smaller plant and it's sitting in a medium that stays wet for a while, I mean, you're going to risk overwatering for sure.
Yeah.
You don't want that shit to stay wet that long. But it's easier for newer growers because you can just set it and forget it, like as long as you're in the right size pot, you should be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think cocoa is really cool, man.
I like those bags you use just because they're already fucking pre-made.
Yeah, the only problem is here's the problem with those. Cocoa when it's dehydrated and you got to rehydrate it.
Yeah.
You probably should pull it out of the container and put it inside of another container and then mix it up really, really good and get it all fluffy and then put it back in there because it will have like too much cocoa in there, the density of cocoa, where when the plants grow in it, they will fill it out with roots and it will clog up the drainage through the pot. Because
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Too
I've been
clumpy.
doing that and it's been
Right.
working.
Leave you with too big of clumps. So, I mean, if you're going to do that, you might as well just get a bag of cocoa and some nursery bags.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm getting away from those. I just bought a whole bunch of them, so I still have some. That's why
you had a shit ton of them. I remember.
Yeah, I bought boxes. I was tired of buying shit and worrying about, do I need to get this stuff now or get this stuff now? So I just bought everything for 1 year and was like, fuck it, I'm cool now. Fuck it.
That's smart because I'm out of Pro Mix and I can't even get it. So if there's something you like, make sure you stock up on that shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do this a couple years ago because I didn't know how I wanted to grow all the time.
Right. Well, that's part of that whole learn what you're good at and stick to it. And then if you want to experiment, use a different space to experiment. The last thing you want to do is use your main spot to experiment with shit. And then,
yeah, I've done.
So how do you roll your joints? How do you? I mean, I know how you do it, and I know that it's more enjoyable. But I'm trying to get the word out there a little bit better. There is a smoking etiquette, right?
But everybody's different though. So like how I like to ride my fucking bike, you may not want to ride your bike like that. So
that's true.
I think rolling and how you consume, you really can't force how you consume on other people because some people like to just take a bong rip, and that's all they like.
Well, it's kind of like a new grower not knowing the questions to ask, though. If you don't know,
oh yeah, yep.
It's about getting the information out there and educating people so that way they can make a better choice for themselves. I mean, a bong is easy.
The number one thing I figured out with the joint, which I got from Father and Son's Weed, what makes the joint burnt, because when I got when they gave me their pre-rolls, they're different than other pre-rolls. They make this beautiful, really tight white ash. Every time it's like so perfect. And you're like, how in the fuck? And it's so smooth, the weed is. So I asked them what they're doing, and it's how fine you grind it down. The finer it's ground down, the better it's going to smoke. But you can't overpack it or else you won't be able to hit it, right?
Right.
So the finer and more homogeneous the particulates are, that will make your ash look better and be more consistent.
Yes. It's not all about, people think it's all in the dry and the cure if your ash is going to be wet. Nah, not necessarily. If you roll a shitty joint, it's not pack. I mean, the consistency of the pack, coming from your grinder to the paper you use to the, how much you pack it, all that plays a part in it. I mean,
But that's probably, I think, my opinion is that's subjective to the material you're rolling, because I have material that I roll that no matter what you do, it always makes a real beautiful white ash. It's always very fine white ash, even if it's chunky and you don't roll it very tight. Then I have other material that I roll. If you don't roll it real tight and real fine, it makes like a black and like a peppery ash. But if you roll it real good, it's pure white. So the temperature of that material needs to be at a certain temperature to make the ash look like that. While other material I have, it just does that. You know what I mean?
well, and I found the way you hold your joint between taking hits, because like if you hold your joint just straight up and down, like normal with the cherry to the sky, you'll get your rosin ring, but it doesn't, like, the cherry doesn't move the rosin ring, or the resin ring. You know what I mean? Where if you hold it upside down, the heat from the cherry, which isn't very hot because it's basically smoldering, because you don't want to burn your weed. You want to smolder it. You want to enjoy it, right? Like you don't want to. I don't know. You don't want it super hot, like hitting a bong with a lighter. You're hitting
Yeah,
that fucking thing hot, just right off the bat, right? You're just
no,
burning
I
the
don't
turd.
do that.
You know.
With a bong, I take if you have like a surface area, I cut like a little pie piece with the lighter, and then I hit. So I'll hit probably, honestly, real talk, at least 5 hits, green hits off of a bong bowl, because I
Yeah,
only
I
tap
try to
just a
hit
little
it
bit.
off right. I don't put the flame directly on the weed,
No, not
because
the
if you
whole
hold the
thing.
flame off a little bit from the bowl, and
Hmm.
as soon as you take a puff, it'll pull some of the flame to the weed, so it's not burning the whole bowl. You'll just catch the edge to where you're getting a
Yeah,
nice fucking. For me, it doesn't burn as hot. I mean, those are things that I like to talk about. It's kind of like smoker's etiquette, right? And little things that might help other people enjoy smoking their harvest.
yeah, and the the when you get like a black on the outside and it's white on the inside ash, that's because the outside ash has turned to carbon instead of burning all the way through and turning into an ash, a white ash. It's left a carbon residue. So the black stuff
Well,
is the carbon residue, because of the temperature change. So then some stuff makes like a flaky ash like that because it might have a little too much moisture in it. It might not be burning very well. The material
well,
might have inconsistencies.
if you burn your resin on your joint, if you end up burning that resin as it comes up, you'll notice that it'll turn to fucking ash black. You know, you'll taste it too. Like, there's nothing worse than taking a fucking puff off of fucking a joint and tasting like fucking resin out of a pipe or something. Yuck. See, I still have I need a better grinder. I still get dimples. See, like there. But I got to where I can roll the paper and the crutch all in one and then just stuff it like a cone.
Yeah. Yeah,
I hate
I roll all kinds of ways because I get bored of rolling. So I'll roll my own tip, and then I'll roll the paper and the tip together, and then I'll pack the joint, or I'll roll the joint and the tip all together at one time. Or I'll roll the weed separate from the tip, and I roll the tip, like it's a bunch of different
Here,
ways.
let me show you something. That was a cool trick for me. It really fucking helped me. I mean, it probably won't help you because you've been rolling long enough. But when you roll let me just make a cut real quick. You can roll your paper in with the crutch. You know what I mean? If you slide your paper in with your crutch, you can roll it together and it holds the crutch and it holds the shape of the joint. It makes it really easy to roll.
Yeah, I do the circle. My tips, I roll them in a circle, like a spiral. That way they push out on the paper, so they keep the joint nice.
I hate these fucking cones. I just don't like these ones at all. Let's do it this way. I don't know. I gotta blame Mikey Bose. He got me into kind of being a weed snob. He's like, you don't use a crutch. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to use a crutch. He's like, oh my God. And so I just started getting into it. I haven't been rolling like this for very long. I was the guy that has I have a little rolling machine. But if you take your crutch and you stick the paper in the crutch, try to do this with one hand. See if I can prop my phone up. You can roll it, and then I won't be able to do it like this. But you can take your crutch and you can stick the paper in it. And then roll your crutch up, right? Obviously,
Yeah, that's what I do.
keeping
Yeah,
your
you're
shape.
super slow.
Yeah, I'm super slow at it.
If I did that shit, it would be done already. What the hell are you doing?
See? Well, I'm not really fucking gonna roll it, but you can roll it up into your fucking shit and then let off on your crutch a little bit, let the tension off, and it makes your paper bigger. It opens it up, but then you can roll it up and then you just stuff it like a cone.
Yeah, I've been
Of course,
using.
I didn't lick it or nothing.
You know what? Totally fucking. You know how you see the commercial, those commercials where the people's heads are blowing up? They're like boom because they're just surprised.
Right.
That happened to me when I got this
That's what
electronic
happened.
lighter. I got this
Well,
lighter that takes no gas, right? And people are like, yeah, I've used those before. But then I went to go hit my bong and I was like, why do people light a fucking piece of string on fire with their lighter and then sit there and hit their bong when they could get an electric lighter? And that does all the fucking smoke and everything. It's all gone. All you have is an arc. So now I'm hitting my bongs and shit without a lighter. And it's better than the fucking raw strings because even those are burning something. This ain't burning shit. You know what I mean?
yeah, there's still fibers and shit in that string. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
the hemp.
fucking hacked the fucking clean bong hit. I hacked it from fucking 35 years old and I finally figured it out.
Like smoking a joint though. Like when you take a good pull off a joint, you should let the cherry cool down. You know, give it a little bit of time to let that cool back down so you're not hitting hot hits. The ash also helps insulate the fucking cherry so it's not super fucking hot. You know, slow and low. You know,
Yeah,
you'll
this shit
enjoy
sounds
it.
like fucking welding. Listen. You hear that shit?
Yeah, what is it?
It's a fucking electric lighter. It's just fucking,
Oh
I feel
wow.
like I'm a welder every time I'm lighting something with it. Like, it hurts your fucking eyes and shit.
I'm telling people, when you roll a joint, I'm not gonna say a proper way because there's fucking people can roll it however they want, but when you roll a good joint, you'll know. You can just taste it. Mhm.
Yeah, if you can't taste it off the very first lighter or the first hit, something wrong.
Well, think about it. What other way are you gonna smoke the weed and taste it the most purest other than a joint? I mean, unless you're cleaning your bong every single time.
Yeah, so the resin ring, right when you light the joint, should start to come up
Yep.
within like 30 seconds, or else the joint's not lit yet. Like
Yeah,
something's not
all
right.
that resin tries to get the fuck away from the heat.
Yeah, instantly right out the gate. But that's because you don't hit on it real hard. If you hit on it real hard, that resin will get pulled back into the joint and it won't accumulate into a ring right there.
No, and then you'll burn that fucking resin.
Yeah, dude, I'm so fucking, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm proud as hell of myself because years ago, my weed was not as smooth as it is today. And now, for some reason, everything is just super smooth. And it's just really, it feels really good to get to that point.
It does. It really does. There's nothing better. The feeling of handing somebody a joint of your shit that you rolled and they hit it and they're like, oh, their eyes get real big. They're like, oh shit, that's fucking, I win. I win.
My thing is the smoothness. I like rolling up a bunch of joints. I go do a smoke sesh with somebody, and then we all sit around for a while. And I'm like, smooth, ain't it? And we've been blowing for a minute. Nobody's coughing. It's just totally chill. But honestly, 2 years ago, if I'd have done that same thing, everybody would have been coughing on everything. My weed, I only had some stuff that would come out super smooth. Everything else would give you that lung expando type shit.
Yeah, that's what this shit does. You gotta take little hits.
I ran out of.
I like my joints with a candle.
Oh hell no! I ran out of pH down 3 days ago. You know what I was using for pH down?
Vinegar.
Fuck no.
Oh, I thought maybe you stole Level's trick.
Nope.
What are you using?
Molasses.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what I do. Bro, I've used molasses my whole grow career when I ran out of pH down. It works very well. Molasses tries to bring the water super low. Blackstrap molasses. So adding a small amount will lower it by like 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. So it's very efficient too at dropping it. But I wouldn't do it regularly. But if you run out and you got some blackstrap molasses, the shit works really good to control the pH. In the beginning, I wouldn't keep using it though, because it might not be very stable over time, right?
Monster, what up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. I mean, I guess that would work. How stable is it though? Have you tried to have you put some in water and then let it set and come back like an hour or two later to see if it's. That's what I always worry. Like, okay, well, I put it in now and it's good now, but in an hour, it's just fucking,
What? What are you talking about?
The molasses. What? Like when you put it in the water for a pH, when you go back and check it an hour or two later, is it the same? Did it stay? Or did it go back?
The only way something's going to change is if you have fallout in your nutrient.
No, I mean, these guys, though, they think they can use lemon juice and vinegar to do their pHing, but the problem is I've done this.
You have to have something.
It's not stable. It's not stable.
And so here's how they talk about pH stuff, right? Like the reason why pH up and pH down is certain ingredients, and people have basically always kind of used certain things like that because the stability of it is better than a lot of other things. Yes. I can take all kinds of things and up and down the pH and shit, but what will happen over a period of time, will it change? The molasses will definitely change the pH over time because if you have any microbes, they're going to eat the molasses, which is going to take that out the game.
Yes.
But for me, if I'm watering 1 or 2 times in a row without pH down, I can use the molasses because I have active microbes because I water in with Simpro. And because of the microbes, I'm not probably going to get any real bad situation in the root zone. And because I'm watering regularly, I'm not overwatering. But for me, the molasses is like a Band-Aid. It's definitely not something I would do more than like 2 days in a row. Because
no. But what I mean, like these guys
might go wrong after a while.
These guys are telling new growers, like, oh, you don't have to buy pH up or down. Just get you some lemon juice and get you some vinegar. And it's like, have you guys actually done pH to your water? Let it sit and come back in an hour and check it. It won't be what you wanted it to be. That's such a, I mean, man, it's not stable. It doesn't last. Your pH will change. Like, and if you're using true soil, fuck the pH. You know, like your pH it fluctuates so much in soil already that if you're trying to micromanage it when you're first putting it into the soil, who gives a fuck? Stay in a range and call it good. Now, if you're in cocoa or other soil-less mediums, then you know it's probably different.
I think you should use diesel for pH up and regular gas for pH down.
Just like pH is different. I had this other pH up or pH down. It was potassium sulfate.
Yeah.
And dude, that shit was concentrated. Like a couple of drops will fucking lower your pH. You know, with GH, you got to use a lot more. It's not the same ingredient. I mean, they make shit for plants. Just use the shit that's made for plants and it should be good. Now, like you said though, like when you run out and you need a quick fix or something, that's different.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
You're not sticking to fucking molasses to pH.
Fuck no, dude. Hell no.
You'd be feeding the shit out of your microbes though.
Oh yeah, my microbes will be having fun until the pH it all fuck because they're eating the shit out of the molasses.
Right. They would eat it so much that it would change the pH too much.
Yeah, and then what happens when I have too much molasses for the microbes I have? Do they like just get happy on sugar and quit doing other things, or what the fuck? You know, there's a balance to what I'm putting in. I'm putting in Simpro, so I'm really not trying to put anything at all in on top of Simpro because they've already worked out the balance of everything.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? That's, you know, once I run out of, it's going to be a while, but I'm going to go to Simpro. And the only reason why, and I don't give a shit about nothing other than I like the idea that everything's in one fucking scoop. You know what I mean? Like, I could get one scoop and be done. You know, like, what? I don't have to mix so many different bottles and all this shit. That's the only thing I complain about, all these other nutrients. Nutrients are nutrients, but let's talk about when you start having to water a bunch of different plants. I mean, who wants to mix fucking 5-6 bottles every single time? Ugh. I don't like it. I want something I can just, and powdered nutrients may cost a little bit more, but the shelf life is a hell of a lot longer. Seems like it would stay a lot stable a lot easier.
Oops.
You know what I mean? Like powdered nutrients would stay shelf stable a lot longer. They might cost you a little bit more money, but they're just gonna stay more stable. I think they stay stable. There's no fluctuation.
Powdered nutrients are actually cheaper than everything. When you get into a full all-in-one system, it may be more expensive than buying something. Like if you go buy Floraflex, it's the cheapest shit on the market almost. Jack's the cheapest shit on the market almost. There's a lot of powdered nutrients that's only your NPK and your micronutrients with it. It's only
per volume, yes, it's cheaper, but you normally have to buy more of it, so it's more expensive up front. Like I can go buy a 3-part GH and spend, fucking, I don't know how much it is now, maybe $45. Right. I can't go buy Simpro for $45. So that's, but even though Simpro's cost you more to get it, it's going to last you a lot longer, stable wise. I'm not talking like necessarily shelf life, but I think the nutrients being in a powder, there's no way it could ever fluctuate up or down. Like a bottled nutrients starts aging, and I feel like over time it could get weaker. You know what I mean? Or it could, it's a liquid. It could evaporate. It could, it could change. Where powder's not going to. As long as you keep the moisture away from it, It's fucking golden.
So here's the way I look at it, right? Is I grew with drip hydro. I grew with general
Those
hydroponics. I grew with
those
Dutch
guys
Pro.
are awesome.
I
Those guys
grew
are
with
awesome.
Ventana Plant Science. I grew with a bunch of stuff, honestly, and it all worked well. But I had a harder time to get perfect health all the way through with all of those. When I switched to Simpro, what I'm trying to say is I could not figure out why it
Yeah,
was going so well after I
it's
did it.
because powdered
How good it
nutrients,
was
they're
for me.
able to powdered nutrients, they're able to formulate everything all in that one, right? So now it takes the guesswork out of it. You don't have to
That's
go,
what
oh
it was.
shit, do I
That's
need
what it
to
was.
add some more of this or that or
Yeah.
this? Should I get some of this or that? It's already there and it's done for you.
Yeah, my problem was it was me, right? So my problem
Yes.
was whatever Simpro is doing with their ratios and their delivery, I wasn't doing it that way. Whatever the fuck, however they have their shit set up, I obviously
Yes.
wasn't approaching it
That,
that way. So
that's
then their
right.
approach is better than my approach, honestly, I think. So that's why I stay with it because
They
I don't
do it
know
for
how
a
to do what they
living,
do.
right? They do that for a
Yeah,
living. That's their job to figure that shit out. You're just trying to grow some good fucking pot.
that's
Let
it.
them
That's
do
all I'm
what
trying
they
to do.
do, right? They know what they're doing. Let them do it. That's why I
Yeah.
think Simpro will be the next one I use.
Yeah, everyone should at least try it once just to know that there's something out there that's easy to just lean on like that. You know, it's not there's a bunch of all in ones out there on the market like Simpro that I would recommend too. Like anything where they're trying to put everything together for you where it's easier, where you're not mixing extra things, you're not changing. Like when someone goes, you need to change to this kind of
Well,
magnesium or this kind of whatever, and all these things. Like, what if you just already
I
had
could,
someone that knew what they were talking about, have it set up for you?
and that's the thing, right? I can only speak on myself, but when I started growing cannabis, I wanted to grow my own weed. I didn't want to start a fucking soil line. I didn't want to learn how to mix soil. I didn't want to learn how to make nutrients.
Yeah,
I didn't want to learn. I just want to find the best shit that I can afford on the market that's going to be the easiest and most efficient for me to use. I don't want to worry about it. There's people that do that for me.
yeah. That's what I
I
was
think
saying. That's
you're,
why
yes, Nuggy,
I
I think you're right.
bought Drip Hydro because of how cheap it was, and
Dude, those
I
guys are
trusted the
so cool.
company. Yeah, I trusted the company because of who they are. I met some of the dudes at Grow Generation that had to do
Well,
with making
you
it. So I was like,
know,
okay.
Power SI is the same guy, right?
Yeah, Power SI is their silica formula.
Well, yeah, that's but Power SI has a whole line of nutrients on their own too.
Yeah, but it's way more expensive
If
than.
you go, oh yeah, it's hundred. I think it was $129 for a liter. But
Drip has
I don't know if
power
you ever
nutrients
watched
now.
First Smoke of the Day.
Yeah,
They were
every now
just
and then.
on they were just on First Smoke of the Day, and they were cracking me up because they made the one dude's like, "You never need to grow a 6 foot plant." I think I put the clip up on my channel, but it's like you never. That's just ridiculous. It's a waste of time, and he's blah blah blah. And the other dude looks over and goes, "Yeah, but then you got to strip 4 feet off and leave the 2 foot at the top." You know, like that's the joke, right? That's what. Even these nutrients companies are laughing at you people growing tall ass fucking plants. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, especially
Why do you
indoors.
think? Why do you think Simpro has a nutrient formula called um, transition, and it's a ratio specifically to mitigate the stretch?
Well,
Like,
I've
why do they
learned
do
some
that?
shit from the drip hydro guys, and I'm going to try to utilize to control stretch this next time. I hope it works. And that one dude's been growing all over. He's been all over different countries, so he
The
knows his
one
shit.
thing, the one thing that's been working for me is uh, I'm not even in day 14 yet. My lights are already all the way up. My lights were at 90% at day 7,
I don't
and
keep
they were
nothing from nobody. I'll tell you what he said. What he says to do is he says to use PK in transition because it'll help keep the nodes tighter, and it'll keep the plant from wanting to stretch so much.
Yeah, it's a ratio of your NPK that helps the stretch.
Well, Athena and the Athena line, they don't tell you to add PK until way later in flower. So I'm noticing with Athena, I've had to mess with things. I run Athena more like a 3-part now. Oh shit! Well, that alarm's going off in my snakes. Oh no, that's fine. Inkford.
I got an alarm on my snake cage and heater where if the power goes out, an alarm will go off on it on the plug.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
just in case, because the snake can fucking die overnight.
Yeah, yeah. I got 2 of these Inkfords.
Yeah. Same thing. It's an alarm.
Yeah, these control the heat mats, and then they have a high and a low. So if the temperature gets too low or if it gets too hot, it'll go off. It just got a little cold in the room. Quit, fucker. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said, Root. I said the main thing that I've done in my garden to mitigate stretch is to turn the lights up sooner than later, and just more light.
I've done all that. I've put the light like fucking 8 inches away from the top of the canopy. I've done fucking.
But hold on, how high did you have the light up though when you did that?
50%, which is 380 watts.
All right, but look, whatever you're gonna have it maxed out in flower, you should attempt to try to max it out before you're 14 days in. I think that's been the major thing in my garden. You've seen how sketchy my plants get.
I agree.
That's been the major thing that changed my garden. I've done nothing else to do that other than I just put a whole bunch. You've seen what I did last time. They look better than last time. And
Root, I've always said that too, Root. Like, people don't think about that. When you're switching from 18.6 to 12.12, the plants instantly lose 6 hours of light.
Yep.
So if you don't control that light, and if you start feeding, like I've seen people feeding heavy going into transition, and then like you feed heavy going into transition, and then you give them the energy to stretch for the light that they just lost, they're going to do it. So yeah, I've tried to do that. Like with my clones, I don't even feed my clones veg food. I'll tell you guys right now, I don't even feed them veg food because the Athena food regimen for clones is bloom A and B. So I feed them bloom A and B, and then just boom, hit them. The 1 week of 18.6, and then flip them right to flower, and they're still eating bloom, and
Now, see, Root, my plants are not stretching as much in that first 2 weeks because of how much light they have. So then I might be 21 inches from the light all the way up.
You're up and down. You're up and down.
But when the plant, as I go from 2 weeks to 6 weeks, they grow into the light a little more. So I get about 18, 16, 15 inches away from the light, which is closer than recommended. So I'm actually still going up in the light intensity all the way until week 6 because I let them get closer and closer and closer to the light. So it's
you're not going to truly know any of that really unless you were using an actual a meter and you know what I mean? Because I could see that like being all the way up but having it higher. So as the plant gets bigger, you just lower the light. And that's only going to work with a bar light, though, because as soon as you lower the light on a quantum board, you start losing the fucking spread. So,
yeah, with my light, it works great. I have a meter. I have a couple different ones, but I don't have a par meter. I have a lux meter. Lux is based off of math that is relevant, where people.
Well, you could do the equation. You can do the equation if you really wanted to. You can break it down, but I don't really care. If
you have a grow light that you bought from a manufacturer, you only need a certain intensity, and that intensity is correlated to the par because the par is a grow light. It should be making the right par anyways.
I mean,
Right.
Well, I think part changes though. Some lights have different part, don't they? Like as far as is that part of the like spectrum and shit like that? I always try to go off PPFT. If I can have my plants close to 1,000, by week 3 of flower, then I'm happy. I don't care about watts because watts is only relevant to how efficient it's ran. Like it could be 300 watts, but the driver's not very efficient, so it takes 300 watts to only make 220 watts, or vice versa.
So here's what I mean. If you use like a lux meter and you look up the lux ratings of what you're supposed to be in the ranges of veg and the ranges of flower, then you have a meter that's literally measuring 100% accuracy, basically, like barely 1% off, maybe, on how many photons is hitting that surface. So then it's able to give you a really good reading of your measurement. It's like better than a measuring tape, I think. Lux is flawed. Lux is a weighted metric based on human visual ability. It's still a measurement that is always the same. So every time I take my fucking lux meter and I put it exactly the same measurement away, it's always the same. So what's flawed about that? If I can know how much lux I'm using up or down, like I know I got 45,000 lux in flower, and it's not a variable that's changing because of anything. I don't understand. I definitely need Root to explain this to me. Because lots of people say it,
he can jump up here if he wants.
My brain doesn't comprehend. It's like people think lux meter is nothing. It does nothing at all. Like it's not even doing anything. I don't know. Because I can take it outside and measure what is supposed to be outside, and it says that number. When you look online, how much is lux? What's the range is outside? You take your meter outside, and there it is. Lux is the kilopat or the.
You're awesome, Cav. You're awesome, bro.
However, I want to let know for Christmas, Cav Snake Wall has sent out 20 packs. If you receive seed marked gift them, congratulations. They're special. It does work to give you a relative scale, but yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Roots being precise. Like it's relative. It is relative, but it's not precise, right? It's not like saying it's perfect. But I think it's still relative because when I took my lux meter and I put it on around my plants, I was like, holy shit, I'm at 20,000 lux on the edges, right? So then what I did was I would get taller plants on the edges. They would be taller there. So I took panda film because I used my lux meter and I put my panda film up around my grow, and then I got way more lux in the edges, and then my canopy started getting more uniform because I was not losing light. So the lux meter helped me there too. And then with my cheap lights, I take the lux meter and I try to get close to 45,000 lux in flower, or else I know I'm probably not getting enough. That's what I've been doing to them, and I don't have
It gives you a number. It gives you a number, right? So you're going up or down.
Yeah, that's all I'm looking at. Am I close to where I should be? You know what I mean? Like, and then if I'm close, then it can't be that fucking far off, right? Like, how far could it be off? Like, if I'm like reading 45,000 lux off my light all the way around, how far could I be off with that measurement?
I always thought that, like, with the LEDs and shit nowadays, you just wanted to go more off of the PPFDs, and that's more what the plant sees, like, so we try to measure what the plant sees because we can't obviously see it with our eyes. Like, so if the plant's consuming PPFD, but there's got to be a conversion. I bet you there's a conversion you can do to get that number.
Well, the lux is the intensity of light on a surface, the amount of light on a surface. So then So then
But that's not usable.
they can
That's
look
not
at.
usable light,
I understand,
right?
but they can take a par reading of a light. They look at the par reading, and then this is where, or they read it with other measurements, and then lux falls in somewhere in these measurements. It's in there too. So then they know where the lux number is correlated to these other numbers. So then they can take a general idea of the other numbers with the lux and put that up underneath most grow lights that have a good spectrum. If you don't have the right kind of spectrums and all these different weird little things in there, the lux might not be efficient for you. It might not work at all. Like you might have a bunch of weird spectrums and shit that it doesn't pick up on, and that's the biggest part of your light.
Well, I just look at it like the light manufacturer gives me a graph and shows me like PPFD, right? So that's what I try to, if they're telling me, hey, the PPFD graph is this and this, I'm going to try to compare it. Like, okay, well, that's what I want to be at. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, but that measurement is based off of having 99.9% reflective material completely around the grow space that's recommended.
Yeah.
So if it says it's for a 3x3, they literally have 3 feet by 3 foot walls with 99% reflective material, and that's where that rating comes from. So then really, if you're not in a reflective material box with that light, it's not what it says at all.
Right. That's why I grow in a grow tent. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
I mean, if you think about it, and I'm sure Rude will agree with this, the photons that does come off the light and bounce off the tent wall and comes back and hits it drops, every time it's fucking moving, it's dropping intensity. Boom, it's hitting the tent wall, and then it's coming back, but then it's losing intensity again.
But here's the deal. All the light, 100% of it that's hitting the walls was not going to hit the plant. So then you're taking light that was not going to hit the plant at all and giving it to light. Doesn't matter if it's a little less efficient. It matters that you're collecting some of it and giving it back.
That's what I call my under canopy lighting. That's my under canopy lighting. The reflective photons off the tent hitting the lower part of the plant is my under canopy lighting. Is it enough? Probably not, but
yeah, actually, Lux is a Chinese call girl. Sorry, guys. You guys twisted up two conversations at the same time.
She used to give really good bubble baths, I heard.
Yeah, but the bubble baths she gives make your skin feel really hot.
I love talking about, and I know we give it a lot of times. Most people give it up to the equipment, but people need to understand how to use the equipment, and that it only does so much. You're not going to get everything in the fucking world out of it.
So you're telling me the equipment doesn't grow good wheat?
Well,
if I buy a better grow space, my weed's just not going to go up in quality?
No.
Oh, fuck. I've been saving so I could grow better weed. But what do I got to do then? What I got to just learn how to grow better, or what is it? I don't understand.
Yeah. It's leave the fucking plant alone. Let it grow on its own, because it knows what to do.
Yeah, definitely. It's not perfect, but all the light that I'm losing in my 3 light area, if I don't put Panda film next to the lights, it's crazy looking when I walk in the room without the Panda film up there, and then when it's up there, it's like, okay, it needs to be up there because the whole room looks white without it. When I put it up there, it looks like all the lights getting trapped in there on the plants,
Well, and it doesn't really matter when you got a nice full dense canopy and you stand back and you look at the back wall behind, and you look, or whatever you're using for a reflective, you'll see where the light stops. You just look at the canopy and you're like, oh yeah, you can see where the dark line is. You'll see it running right across it. I mean, everything below that's not getting the fucking right amount of light to really grow anything worth a shit. And it's usually that 18 to 24 inches. And that's going to depend on how far away your light is from the plant too. Because when I talk 2 feet, that starts at the light, right? So if you got your light at, you got a really nice healthy canopy, but you got your light 3 feet away from the plant, your low density is already starting at the top of your canopy. You better lower that light so you can get. That's how you're going to get your penetration into your. I mean, you don't need to strip your leaves. You don't need to fucking. I mean, the light will only do so much. You know, that's why these grow facilities, it kills me when they got these lights that are like fucking 5 to 10 feet away from the plants. Like, what are you doing?
What's up, Nancy? How did I go from watering a whole hour to 2 hours to watering in 10 minutes? Same exact surface area of canopy. No different. Probably the same, even same yields, but I'm spending intensely less time watering. It's fucking wild, man. It's fucking wild. Smaller plants, more of them, creates actually way less work for me. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big plants, 6 gallons. The 6, 12, 24, 30 gallons of grow media. Plus I have 2 small plants that I had in here. So I had 32 gallons of grow media in here, right? And I was watering. It would take me a long time to water because of how slow everything would go through the root system. Now I have 12 1-gallons, and it literally takes me 10 minutes and I'm done. So hold on, 12 1-gallons. So I went from 30-something. I went from 30-something gallons of grow media in the same canopy to 12 in the same canopy, and I'll get the same.
Don't. You're talking too much. Quit telling everybody.
It's fucking funny.
I've been telling these people you can grow. You people don't realize how big of a plant you can grow, and like I bet coco's even better with it because you know you get to water more frequently, so you don't need as much. You can grow in a smaller pot and save yourself money.
Once a day. Just once a day.
Could you imagine growing in a 15-gallon pot cocoa?
No, I was doing 6-gallon pots of cocoa, and that was. I'll never do that again, bro. I'll never ever go that big. There's no reason. I can grow the same size plant in a fucking 2-gallon.
Yep.
Like, what the hell?
Because you're watering the same. I mean, you're gonna be watering like if you get. I mean, like if you're gonna be watering a lot anyway, you might as well fucking keep it in a smaller pot and water a lot. I mean, like what the fuck?
No, I was watering 9 gallons of water a day in the grow room before. Now I'm at 5. I've almost cut it all in half. Like that's on. So I'll make videos about this over time, how I'm doing that. But there's a big, big difference between doing it right and doing it efficiently, right? Like, I mean, doing it wrong and doing it efficiently. So doing it efficiently doesn't mean you're like perfectly right, but you can become way more efficient over time.
Yes.
With
that's
all
another
kinds of different
thing,
things.
Once you start growing good, what's the next thing you want to do? You're going to start figuring out ways of being able to do it for less, right?
Less
now you
time,
can do the
less
same
money,
thing,
less effort,
right? More efficiently. If you can do it more efficiently, that means better value, like overall.
So somebody in the comments, really important guy in the community, he wants to know, were you shooting shots at Carl?
I always shoot shots at Carl, but it's, you know, like, if I can drive by and hit him with my super soaker on the way, fuck, I'm game.
Hey, I like Carl. I think Carl's a cool cat. I'd hang out with him. But the 15-gallon pots of cocoa shit is mind blowing to me. Still, I'm in 1-gallon pots.
Now, see, that's what I'm trying to get to.
I don't look. I don't care how you fucking grow. Just shoot it to me straight. Don't give me fucking bullshit numbers. That's all shoot it to me straight. We're all here. We're all grown men. We're talking about growing weed. Some's gonna do better than others. That's just the way the fucking shit works. But just shoot it to me straight. Like, I mean,
this is what
I don't want to constantly be going. Why are you bullshitting me? Why are you bullshitting me?
He can grow healthy plants, though. He can grow the plants that don't look like they're dying, and shit. So that's a positive.
Well, he can grow. I've never disputed that, but it was the bullshit he's telling new guys. Oh, look, I vegged these for 30 days, but I'm not going to tell you about the 45 that I vegged them in a cup. Like get the fuck out of here. Like, or his numbers are just like, ugh. Just shoot it to me straight. Like, I don't give a shit how much pot you yield. Just shoot it to me straight. I don't have to smoke it.
I do. I want to know, because if you're getting
I want a real number though.
Then I gotta follow what you got going on.
Right. I want a real number. I want to know what I need to strive for. I want to kind of compete with you, because that's only going to make me better, and it's only going to make you better.
Yeah, if you're doing really good and you just always do better than me, fuck yeah, bro. I'm going to champion you to other people, and then I'm going to make sure that I'm always telling people I'm associated with you because you're such a good grower.
I'm competing with you every time because of the fact that it only makes me better. It only makes you better. If we're all just fluffing each other and we're never getting any better.
Yeah, do what you want. Who cares? Just be lazy. Don't do anything. Just sit on your ass. Fuck your life. Just watch TV. Fuck it. That's what fluffing is. It's that right there. It's the do nothing spectacular. Don't push yourself. Don't be a great person. Don't strive to have better goals. That's what fluffing is that.
Fluffing is being content on where you're at.
Nothing wrong with that though.
You're never going to move forward being content with where you're at though.
Nope. Nothing wrong with being content, but you're never going to move forward. That's a fact. There's no way. How do you accidentally move forward in life when other people are trying super hard to do it,
Well, just stay in your lane. When it's time for you to move to the next level, you will move to the next level. But don't come on here having 3 grows, grow 3 or 4 different ways, like doing all these different things, but now all of a sudden you're the ambassador on teaching people. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, stay in your lane. When Carl could be a good teacher, but he needs to give real numbers. Just shoot it to him straight. Like, I don't give a fuck if you have a plant that only got 1.5 pounds. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say the same thing. You should do it quicker. You should veg less so you have a shorter plant and stop wasting all the time on the leg. I don't care how much you yield. I'm going to say the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it's wild. You can yield more. If he would take his plants and do what Northern Scroger does, he would probably yield more.
At least the same amount.
Nah, I think he would yield more.
Because you're not going to yield nothing off those legs. If you're stripping all them legs away anyway and bending the plant over, and you're going to have real small shit in the center because it's a glory hole, and now anything that does grow in the middle right there is going to be just small fucking little bud. Have you seen his buds now? They don't look very big.
Hold on.
It's the kind of bud that
8,000 watts?
You think they look really good, but then when he grabs it with his finger, you're like, oh, shit, don't do that. That makes it look even smaller.
Watts. How many lights does he have in there?
He's got 13. I got it all wrote down. Because
all right, so
I'm a Carl fan.
I have 3 lights that I run at 800 watts. So I have 1,600, 2,400 watts. And I'm at between 6 and 7 pounds without CO2.
What did I get out of my last one? 7 1/4?
So let me ask. I was talking to IG about this.
I got the numbers
creative. You said you get, let's say 7.
Somewhere around there. Yep.
You get 7 pounds, right, creative? Let's just round it to 7.
Highest. That's counting everything,
Now,
really
okay. A lot of people claim you're going to get 25% more with CO2. Okay? Stick with me for a minute. And then the other people also claim you're going to get 15 to 30% more if you use under canopy lighting. Okay? So that's what? That's 40 to 55% more. Can you fit 55% more weed in your spot?
No. How? Where? I think I wouldn't want to really, because I would have to defoliate too much, or I don't know. I don't know if I would. I might work. Fuck, I don't know. Never tried it.
I mean, is that possible? I mean,
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Fuck. Who knows?
or do those numbers only work if you're not really maximizing anyway? Like, because I just don't. I don't know. I don't see like 7 pounds. Let's round it even up. Let's say you get 10 pounds. 25% more of 10 pounds is what? 2.5 pounds. So there's an extra 2.5 pounds, and then another, say 15% would be another pound and a half. So you're telling me you're going to get another 4 pounds? So you would get in a 10 pound scenario, you get 14 pounds. You get an extra 4 pounds out of a full area that has 10 pounds. I just don't know where it would fit. I mean, I understand buds can get denser, but where does it get to a point where there's too much bud in there to really, where the buds are touching each other so much that, they're not seeing light all the way around them. They're not, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
So, yeah, it's just crazy if you really think about it. I'm getting like 6s, we'll say, is the hard number. So then if you take my wattage and then you try to fit it into like a division problem into what Carl's wattage is, and then you break down as a fraction how much weed I'm growing in comparison to him, and then break down the wattage and then see how much weed he's growing in comparison, then I think you'll realize he's wasting his time with CO2 and what he's doing because I'm close to what he's doing right now. And I'm not even doing CO2. Like, I don't even have that shit. It's so weird. Like, his numbers fuck me up because it just doesn't make sense. I can't compute how he should be getting way bigger numbers with that many lights stacked on each other and CO2. You know?
I would think so.
Like 8,000
Well,
watts. You should be getting like, you get this thing where the lights overlap each other and they create more light. And this scenario creates like a better scenario for the plants to make denser, better buds, right? You only have one light, but if you take 3 lights and you run them in a row, the middle gets more light than
but
the side.
I also seen a video, and I might allegedly have a clip of it, where Carl says he was getting so much a plant, and it wasn't even 2 pounds a plant. So that's what I say about his numbers. They just shoot it through. I don't give a shit if you were only getting an ounce per plant off those big fucking plants. I would tell you the same thing. Why do you waste so much time growing legs? I mean, I don't even give a fuck what you yield. Shoot it to me straight. Give me a real fucking number, And if you don't weigh it, say, fuck, I don't weigh it. I'm just guesstimating. Because then I could be like, at least I could be like, oh, okay, well, then we all know it's not what you say. I mean, we know anyway, but I mean, he claimed 2 to 3 pounds a plant. And then, like I say, recently, I'd have to go look, but he was saying a number and it was only like a pound and a half or something a plant. It was under 2 pounds. And it was like, wait a minute, that's not even 2 pounds a plant that you were claiming you were getting before. Like, so, I mean, just give me a real number. Fuck. Or don't teach people shit. Just, you can't teach people shit if you're not telling them the truth. Or just know he's full of shit. Anybody watching, he's just full of shit. He's not going to give you the right fucking. This is what he tells you. Hey, hit me up backstage somewhere, because if I start talking about that now, they're going to say that, I'm full of shit. It's because you are full of shit. You just want to say it backstage and convince somebody backstage because it's not right information. And people that are real growers are going to go, no, that's not true.
Have you seen that dude Billy Carson right now?
I don't think so.
Billy Carson was like really famous and big to be like this very informative dude on all kinds of religions and shit. And then he had a kind of a debate with a Christian scholar, and fucked him up real bad. Then he just started making a lot of weird accusations and coming out saying a lot of weird things. Some people, even at the biggest level, cannot admit to themselves that they're lying. They just can't do it.
Well, and I mean, I guess, like, I understand, I guess, if you're one of those people that don't have a lot of friends in real life and you really want to have friends or whatever, and you want to blow smoke up people's ass on the internet to make friends, but, and you can do that all you want, but will you please stop trying to teach new growers shit if that's what you're going to do? Because that's not going to help a new grower. You go be that character somewhere else, like, because it doesn't help anybody.
So, with your tents, do you open up all the vents around the bottom, or do you just open up one vent, or what do you do?
No, I open all the vents. When the light's on, I open the tent.
Yeah, I always only open up one or two vents because my tents have always been in a place where there's a lot of lights turning on and off and fucking all kinds of shit going on.
I have my tents like one on either side of the 2x4s, like almost one on either side of the 4x4. So when one tent light's on, the other one's off, so it doesn't, and the 4x4 blocks the light from the other tent. So I just want people to I want them to get the right information. And I'm not saying I have the right information. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have the information for you. But people need to stop giving out lame information. I mean, it might not even be always wrong information, but it's not the information you should be telling somebody at the situation that they're in. I watch certain shows. You can watch certain shows and you'll see, like, if somebody asks a question, all the panel members and half the chat are giving them a totally different answer.
Jump and flow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, hey, I remember when I first kind of came around the community, and then I was in a 4x4, and who was I? I think it was Nuggy or somebody, and I was like, "Yeah, I got like 1.5 pounds in a 4x4," and everybody was like, "That's it." I was like, "Oh shit,
Yes.
might gonna be trying to get more out of a 4x4." Like I didn't even I'm thinking 1.5 pounds is good because I'm looking at what it looks like in there. It looked good to me, you know what I mean? But then I was like, oh, so there's a higher consensus than that around growers. You don't know that unless you know a bunch of growers. So I was like, and I tried to get more out of it. Now sometimes I get close to the 2 pound mark with the same weed, but I still have a hard time getting the 2 pound mark and above in a 4x4.
Here they water. Sitting here fixing their water right now.
Family's a busy ass grower. My 2x2 is a Vipar 100 watt. 2x4 is 300 watt.
Got all the shenanigans, and I got my. It took a lot of Epsom salt to get the water up to 400 ppms. It was like 390 with the ppms of the water being at 50 starting. It was like 160 or 70 drum up to 390 ppms. And then I put my food in there.
You're cutting in and out.
I'm cutting in and out. Yeah, let me move back. Get over this way. Hold on. I'm gonna cut this off right here. Maybe this will help.
Hell yeah, Nancy. That's what I'm saying. Like over time, you just get a little bit better.
Is it better here now? Is it still cutting in and out?
Exactly.
You sound sort of like Chop does.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and come back in.
All right.
No, he said that don't sound good.
And he said, well, I'm out of here then. Fuck that.
Oh, I sound like Chop later.
Yeah, fuck that. And I'm out. I just feel some of these strains, like we've talked about it before, about like the stretchy strains I got in the flower tent right now. I have a shorter, bushier plant with stretchier strains. And what I like about the stretchier ones, honestly, is you don't have to go in and strip out the middles. Most of the middles already cleaned all out.
Look, you don't have to advocate stretchy plants to nobody. Like good weed is good weed. Some sativa like plants are like that. They're just tall like that. And if you happen to like that kind of weed, you're gonna have to fucking get used to growing plants like that every now and then. Not all good weed is going to be that perfect structure. That's like we're asking everybody to be perfect or something. It's not going to happen. I'd rather have fucking short colas and shit, right? But if there's something I really enjoy that's not as good of a structure, I'm growing it still.
Whoa.
Okay, how does it sound now?
I think there was an echo. No.
That was weird. Oh, he
Sound
was
better.
Yeah.
Okay. But I was saying about the water is I put just Epsom salt and the advanced nutrients in it, and I left everything else out. And and I added the Beastie Blooms, and then that's it. I didn't have that pH drop this time. It's still stable.
And that's your hydro?
Yep, DWC. So why do you think the pH was dropping? Do you think it was just a ratio problem?
I don't know. It might have been the it could have been. It could have been not enough of the something. I don't know. I have no idea. The only other
when I was with drip hydro in flower, when I would use the bloom, I was trying to go too low, and I would get these in my DWC, my recirculating DWC. I was going a little bit too low, and the pH was like swinging like a whole 2 points in a couple hours. So then I would raise my parts per million up with the flower, with the drip hydro in the DWC, and that getting a balance with the parts per million, making the parts per million not like run down real fast in a day or two, made my pH stay stable. So,
yeah. If your nutrients, if you're breaking down, if they're breaking down really fast, like if you ain't got enough and they break down really quick, your pH will fucking change really quick.
Yeah, my shit was doing it in an hour.
Absolutely. You will,
like I would change the res in 1 hour. The res would be like
down to 4.2.
What's your parts per million been, family?
What? Say that again.
What are you running for parts per million right now?
What I was running yesterday, what I did was 400 parts per million of Epsom salt, and then
larger res. Yeah, there you go.
Then I did 150 grams of the A and B of advanced nutrient dry salt, and then that brought it up to what was it? 1,200. I'd have to look at the chart. Either 11 or 1,200 parts per million.
You got big fucking plants. You could probably bump that up even more.
No, I'm burning
How
them.
big is your res?
I'm burning the tips right now. I'm burning the tips, and that's with the Beastie Blooms. That's with the Beastie Blooms at 25 grams per gallon.
That's crazy.
How big is your res? How big is your res? 50 gallons?
The whole thing is the 50.
I'll feed with like
minus maybe 2 gallons or 3 gallons off the top of the res.
Yeah, so old Dutch Master says the size, you just make a bigger res, right?
That's what he was saying. Yep.
When I originally started, my first grow was DWC, and I made it recirculating during the grow, and my pH was changing, and I read online that you should do that, and I upped my thing to a 55 gallon for 4 plants. It worked very good. But
Yeah.
I was wasting a lot of nutrient though and water at one time for 4 plants, you know?
Right. But what's happening, all right, now the tank I have next to the 55, I fill it up with 25 gallons, and then I'm just adding Epsom salt in there up to 400 ppms. And that's with the 50 parts per million that I start at with my RO water.
I
And
didn't
then
know
every
that you.
day I'm putting
Yeah,
half of that to fill it back up to the fill line. Every
I
day, half
didn't
of
know
that's
that
going
you
in
could.
there.
I didn't know you could use Epsom salt and hydro.
Yeah.
I
Yep. And
thought
then
that
what
was
I
like a.
was using in there was this, and Super Thrive were the only other two things that I was adding in there. And then I was gonna start adding my sugars, my terpeno, dino, cane sugars, whatever that word is. Don't ask me because I can't read, so I don't know what that word is. Sugars. The same sugars that's in the billions, whatever sugar that is. I don't know.
TPS billions.
Yeah, TPS billions, whatever sugar that they use is the same sugar that I have, that I use about a half a gram a gallon in the hydro. In week 4, I was gonna start using it, but I didn't use it
Yeah,
this
sounds like you
go
need. Sounds like you
because
need
of that.
Simpro. You need some Simpro in your life.
Right. I've been yes.
That shit. That shit is the fox. I love the fact that it's all in one. You know.
But see, I've been having this pH problem again. I thought I had this figured out with the water, but now it's happening all over again. And I thought it was before, I thought it was the water, because when I started buying store-bought water with the last RO system I had, I thought I had fixed that. And then when I started this new RO system, it had started being stable. But I see that's not the problem. I don't know what the problem is. I'm thinking it's the res, like y'all saying. But then somebody was saying this stock tank that I have sitting here, hook it up, pH it, and let them take the water out of there and check that, and don't ever let that run dry, and keep that going. Refill that. Don't refill the res. I
You
mean,
know, I would try to talk to New York John
Yeah, somebody who has a lot of
because
experience with that.
he's the
because
one
if
that
you
I
look at
know that.
his system, he had the same size. Everything was the same size there.
That's
Like
what I'm
that's
saying. But he might have a little trick to the
I think he
res
pH
uses
on a float
Orca
valve.
or
that we're all
King
missing.
Crab.
See, I just ran out of the. I was using Hydro Guard, and I just ran out of it. I need to go to the store. I'm going up there today. I'm going to get it today.
Yeah, cause
Yeah,
shit, I'll hit my plants with like 2.5 EC. I mean, I hit
Yeah,
my plants hard.
I don't know what that is in ppm. I never used EC scale.
uh,
That's
Like,
3.0.
pretty high. It's
That's
over
like
1,000.
25.
yeah, I think it's like
Yeah,
2,000 something.
1250.
I'd have to look. It's high.
Root definitely
Because
knows.
1500 is 3.0. So that's like 1250 ppms. I'm breaking it down right now in my head. I'm figuring it out.
I
That's
got
Out of
like
everybody in the
1250
community, Root's the
ppm.
best at numbers and shit so far that I've seen.
Oh, I
well,
know numbers.
he's
I'm
quick with the
dyslexic,
fucking.
but I got numbers in my head.
He'll look something up real
Haven't
quick
had to
too,
deal
right
with
there
them in a
on the
while,
spot.
but yeah.
That's what I like.
Because
What is
1500 is a 3.0.
how many ppms is 2.5 EC?
A 1.0 is 1,000.
Is it?
You see the ppm, a 12.4 feeding from the seed. Yeah, I fed Jax. I got Jax 321.
Nice. That shit's cheap.
Yeah, I bought a 25-pound bags of that stuff. I got it in buckets here. I'm almost bowed out of it. I've used that stuff. I just put it to the side because I seen the results I got with this with the advanced nutrients. It changed the game when I used that. It definitely gave me a different result than the Jacks did by far.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole nutrient thing. People think, oh, there's a shiny thing right there. I can use that. But honestly, some people in the community have switched regimens and gotten better results. So it's you as a grower, what your plants need, your environment, all these things together, and then what's going to work best for you personally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for me, Simpro is the best for me and what I do. But if I was in DWC, I wouldn't be using Simpro. I'd be doing like something else, like fucking drip or
Now see, I
something.
got 41 of these bags right here. These little 1 gallons. These little bags right here. I want to do a run. I'm gonna cut clones. Well, as soon as they get enough roots, I'm gonna stick them in flour, right in them 1 gallons.
Get
And
good
flip
roots
'em.
get good roots in a plug or something, and fucking
Yeah, I got these right here.
dude, they grow so fast. Oh my god. Yeah, you could do those and
I
then
know what I'm doing. I know what I'm
root them
doing.
out root them out real quick, and then
Roots
do
will
like
come white out of those and be like strings coming out of them.
you do like
1250
a fucking
ppm.
it's
I already
1250.
got
I
all
looked
the
at it.
clones in here ready to be cloned off these little 1 gallons in here.
So if 2.5 EC is 1250 ppm, then what is it? One point what is 1,000?
Ready to be cloned. I'm getting ready to water them so they can be ready to be cloned because I stopped perpetuating that. I'm about to drop the phone there. I stopped making the room a perpetual so I could just fill them tables with just a bunch of clones right in the flour, no veg time.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
2.0 is 1,000.
I already topped them all, so they already got topped on them. All of them been topped.
Well, then you gotta
Well,
make sure
Now
they got
that
enough.
messes me up though
You
because
gotta
I
make
don't
sure.
understand where to take the clone because the tops are already like there's a bunch of tops on there that are already like this tall. So the
Yeah, but
clone's
now
either
you
gonna be
gotta
this
wait.
big or it's gonna be this big.
Yeah, but now you gotta wait for the fucking nodes.
just a
I don't
few days.
understand it. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I'm
They'll
gonna go
grow.
grab one and show you. Hold
You
on.
you listened to Nuggy. He told you to top it
Yeah.
before he fucking.
No. I topped this a little while ago. Not just now. I didn't top it. I did this
Well,
a
that's the
while
only
ago because
reason why I haven't.
I knew I
What's
was gonna clone it. So hold on. Let me show you what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason why I don't do like Nuggy says on that is because then you gotta wait to take the clone until there's enough nodes on it to. I'm not gonna take a clone with 2 sticks coming off the top of it. That doesn't make sense to me. That's
All right. So if you try it though, the like if you only have a stem that's like 1 inch long or 2 inches long, and then it splits right above where you cut, that will be a great plant. As a
yeah,
clone.
but for me doing like my style, it just wouldn't work because then I have to wait an extra week.
I'm gonna turn the camera.
Then I have to do 18/6 for 12 to 14 days before I can flip, versus
Why
only
did you
waiting 7 days.
why did you
Because
choose purple on that shield for your thing?
it's the mauve color that represents the super crop cherries.
Oh, it's mauve.
There's my top.
Yeah.
Could either take that as a top, or I can come down here and take that top. I am too close to this electric. Is y'all there now?
Yeah, it's better.
Y'all there now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you see, I topped it here. Well, kind of, sort of. And I shot them too. And if I come down here and take this right here as a clone, it's going to be all this right here as the
Yeah,
clone.
that's 2 months.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not.
But if
Go
I
up to
come-
the tops. So, how many nodes do you have on each one of the tops?
Look,
If you got 3-4 nodes, shit, that's a clone. Yeah. I mean, it'd be
Yeah,
a
that's
shorter
that thing's
clone,
ready to
but
go.
right. If I cloned it right there, that would be the clone with 2 tops on it. Because that's already got 2 tops on it. See?
if that's what you want, then yeah.
And both of them got all them nodes up there already. They're already noded up, I think.
Nice.
I'm saying, we look at this one here and look at this
Thanks,
one.
Nancy.
Now, it's top there, and then you come out to both of those tops. Both of those tops are ready. And in that one. Back up a little bit. Both of them tops right
Mhm.
there.
I've never done a double top clone like that. I don't.
But it's done all the way around this plant like that. There's more of them on here.
It works great.
You
The double
know,
top
there's
clone, it's
another
just
one right
literally,
there. Look, there's another top all the way
it
out.
just has 2 big branches, you know,
That's another
coming up
top
instead of
all
one.
the way out in there. And
Well,
there's a
then what are
bunch
you
of
gonna
these
do?
in there.
What are you
It's
gonna
a
do
bunch
though?
of
Like
them like that.
instantly bend them over, or what are you gonna do? Because now,
I do.
No,
you
no.
top
So
them
for
again,
me,
top them
for me,
again right
Straight
away.
in
As
the
soon as they get,
clone.
for me,
no, I
Clone
know,
when
but
straight in the flower. 2 tops, straight up. A bunch of them. You see, 41 bags. That's what I got
and
right here.
what?
I got some hard pots too.
Yeah, but if
You
you're
know,
gonna do that, you could probably get away with doing half-gallon bags.
do a bunch of half gallons then. I don't know.
You're gonna have
That's
that.
what I came up here for. I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to get some ideas. I got a 3x6 tray, and I got a 4x4 tray.
Well, if you're only gonna get like one main shoot, no branches at all,
I don't.
then
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't think you would need to be in a full 1 gallon. Because I've done straight flip, no 18.6, and the plant grow just straight up like a beanpole. But it's in a 1 gallon. It was so small in a 1 gallon. I was like, fuck. The only way to do that would be in like half
Right.
gallon.
That was almost a waste. Right. I
Right,
see where
right.
you're coming with it. I see what you're saying.
But I mean, it depends on what you want to do. If you want it to get to bush out more, or if you want to just use straight 2 tops going into flower, then you're definitely not going to want, you got definitely enough nodes that you're not going to want to veg for very long. Because if you do, those nodes are going to branch out. That's just what a healthy plant does.
I lost everything you just said because it went out on me. What did you
he
say?
said
I'm
said-
sorry.
tissue culture instead of cloning.
I said that if you're going to have to do a short veg though, because if you don't want it to branch out, it has to be a short. Otherwise, if you do a 2-week veg, all those nodes are going to start branching out on you. You're not going to have that stack anymore. So
Oh,
it's a timing thing.
right.
Depending on the strain too. If you can control that stack going into flower and it not stretching out those branches on you, then you'll be golden. But
Okay, I see what you're saying.
if you go a little too long, they will branch out. That's just what they do.
Right. Huh. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just
I
lost.
mean, or just try it. I mean, give it a shot. There's nothing. I mean, as long as they're healthy clones going into flower, fuck, you're gonna get good bud. And then you'll know next time. I need to do this or that. Yeah, bigger pot, less pot. Whatever.
Right.
So just the last thing you want to do is overthink it. Fuck that.
No, yeah, I hate over vegging. I've done that one too many times. I'm tired of doing that. That's why I just want to do and see what they do from just a straight clone.
And you could probably, like I say, you could even
And see where they go. I've done the 2 week.
If you did half gallon, you could probably throw them right into flower. No 18.6 at all. And you'll grow just that tall stick with the notes going up it. You know.
Right.
Now, if you do, like I said, if you do too long of a veg, those things are just going to branch out. The nodes are just.
No, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that too long of a veg.
And then you gotta decide which ones you gotta cut off and which ones are gonna make it to the top, and then you gotta like, oh, I do 7 days. Literally, I do 7 days at 18.6, and I'll get the bottom nodes will branch almost all the way to the top in 7 days at 18.6.
Okay.
So, and that's gonna be strain dependent too.
Right.
It looks like you have that strain right there. Looks like it stacks a little bit better than what I'm working with. So
yeah, that's all this stuff is now.
I mean, because you just try to picture those two branches on one plant, like hopefully at least 2 times the size with nodes stacked all the way up. Look like that's what you want. Hell yeah.
It sucks being down here. This fucking internet in this room sucks. This motherfucker keeps going in and out.
Yeah, like I said, I did 7 days of 18.6. I went into flower at like 14 inches, and my plants are 3 feet now. Like, and I'm only 3 weeks in. And I'm like, fuck. You know, and that's only 7 days of 18.6. Like, I couldn't imagine.
More than the Bob's does. The Bob's don't stretch a whole lot like the sleeping gas does.
Right.
So this one I'm not worried about so much stretch on. The Bob's I'd be more worried about the stretch on. Because
it looks tighter. It looks a lot tighter on that one.
Yeah, than the sleeping gas. If I go grab the sleeping gas, you'll see a big difference. Let me go grab them now. I'm gonna go put these back in there. Let that warm up a little bit before I water.
I'm gonna make some more coffee. I like these streams in the morning too. I just use the free StreamYard, so I gotta still hook up with Night and whoever's doing that. Fuck! I walked in the kitchen and I forgot what I was doing. The coffee.
I'll show y'all from right here. There we go. Way more stretchy and mad. This one did not like what I did to it last.
What medium do you have that in?
It's in coco. It's in coco. I'm all coco right now.
Oh, you're fuck. Look at the size of the plant versus the pot. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to trim it up some. Well, it's getting ready to get cloned and be done in this pot. Yep. It's mad at me. It didn't like what I gave it last. I was giving it a CalMag water with no food, and it just did not like that at all.
How often do you water that?
Since I've took this plant and moved it farther away from the light, it's starting like this leaf did not look like this yesterday. Before, it's starting to green up a lot more. Like as I go to the top, even these leaves were like way more yellow and starting to eat themselves. Like you could see that one all starting to crinkle and eat itself. Since I moved it away from the light, like this, I've never seen the leaves prey on this one. Moved it away from the light, and all of a sudden, bingo, found out what it didn't like. And it's the light that it's above. It don't like a lot of light. Why? I don't know. And
Well,
that's
I
what
was
I think
curious.
it's doing in that big room right now. I think that's the problem in that big room right now. It don't like the light I'm giving it. I think it's happy without all that light on it.
Well, all you can do is turn it down a little bit and see. But
Right.
I mean,
Not
you
in
know,
flower, not right now. I'm giving it all it can get. It's
yeah, that's what I was
man,
gonna
week
say.
4 in flower.
But on the flip side of that, like light is yield. So if you turn
Right.
the light
Like
down,
I know the consequences of that one. No, sir. I didn't turn it down. I just pulled it up like 3 clicks on the polars. I did do that. Once I noticed what this plant started doing, I did that in that room. I just pulled it up like 3 clicks on the clickers.
well, I mean, the thing is that's the
But
problem. Whether you're in
it is
flower
what
or
it is.
veg, whether you're in flower or you're a veg, if your plant's starting to show deficiencies, you really should back off the light because it's not going to be able to take the same amount of light. Whether you raise the light or you lower the dial, you know, it can't take the same amount of light. A sick plant just won't.
I gotta switch it. Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to turn the fuckers down in flower. I mean, like, fuck.
Ain't no good. Light up in here to be letting you push what in here? Let's see. Look, maybe 300 watt, 400, maybe. Light's all the way up there. Way far away. Couple 1 gallons. You know. No, we do it. Got a little aquarium heater in the little tank there, heating this water up from 60 degrees from sitting on the floor before I water it on them plants in there. And that's what they didn't like that I did to them the one day. I forgot to heat up the water and watered them that cold water. And then turned around and thought about it like, did I just water them that cold water? Oh, shit. They did not like that, I'm telling you. The next day is when they started looking like that right there, and then the light. They were just all kinds of mad at me. Definitely the light they don't like. That I found out on my own. Sure. But the other ones are
Huh.
here. So I know now to pull all them plants up away from that light and put those ones on the edge of the light. Or maybe I'm just not feeding them enough with the light intensity they're getting. That could be it too in a small pot. That could be it too.
That's more what I was going to lean towards. I know we don't normally say anything about you're not feeding enough or you're not watering enough, you know? Like that
Yeah.
was kind of where I was going with that one plant in the little pot. Like depending on how much you're watering, might not be enough. It's just, I mean,
Every day I'm watering this little green can, you know, the little watering green can, every day to run off.
oh yeah, see, there's a good joint. Stogie. Fucking
It's a good morning joint, man. Fuck, I'm over here high as shit.
I've already smoked a couple blunts. I've been up since the early morning. No bragging either. No bragging. We don't brag around here. Nobody brags. Nobody hangs no nuts around here.
Shit, like I slept in. I got up at like 5.
Yeah.
It was kind
It's
of
my
nice.
first one, man. It's fucking hella good.
Yeah, the first
First
one's
one of the
on.
day is so good, man. And then a nice warm cup of coffee, so you get all, stimulated a little bit from the coffee.
Yes,
So good.
sir.
It's been a
Opens
really
up
good
your
morning.
pores and opens up your receptors. That warm, hot, and then you hit that joint, and you're like, "Oh, fuck yeah! Oh
That
yeah!"
weed goes really good with coffee too. Hand in hand for me.
Again, it sounds weed snobby, but a really nice coffee place that you could pair weed to would be awesome.
A coffee weed shop, yeah, you just drop in, they roll you a little joint before you go to work, you drink your coffee and then burn out.
Or you bring in your own joint. You're like, fuck, I'm going to bring in the Sunday driver. I want to try to pair it up with a couple different coffees here.
I want to try I like trying other people's shit though. Like growers and stuff, I really enjoy it because everyone has flavors that I've never had, dude, for real.
He's like, I could smoke joints and drink coffee at home by myself. I want to smoke your shit.
Yeah, for real. I like my weed and shit, but every time I try someone who's a decent grower, at least their weed, the high hits me way different than my stuff, and the taste profile is different than I expected. I enjoy that. I enjoy the
Look at our idea already got stolen.
Oh, what?
The coffee, it's a coffee shop.
It just established 2025 next year.
He said, I'll take that. Thank you. He's like, you want to buy the trademark?
Yeah, I already have the trademark.
He fucking bought that shit already.
That's too fucking funny. This fucker's getting crazy.
I mean, because I'm from the West Coast, so at Washington State, we had a lot of coffee, so we were kind of coffee snobs. I mean, you will never see me in a fucking Starbucks. That just will not happen. That is nuts to me. And I'm from that area, but that is no.
I ain't drinking shit out of a paper and wax cup, bro. That's disgusting. Good. Get you a good coffee cup that you can, get nice and hot and it holds the heat and you're good.
We almost had fucking coffee shops on every corner.
I like instant coffee though. Anyone else out there like instant coffee?
I use French press.
Oh yeah, you're a fucking
I'm a fucking coffee snob. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, because you could get some pretty good coffee from other countries.
You're a snob and I'm an addict. I'm just a coffee addict, and you're a snob.
But I think you would if you had a few certain coffees, I think you'd be like, oh my god, like smoking a good joint. You'd be like, holy shit, this is.
I'm ADHD, bro. Some things they got to be like now, or else I'm not doing it. So if I'm making coffee, I make it now. I'm not going to sit around and wait. So like, I like the instant like food. I like to eat right now. I don't like cooking long period of time. It's just weird.
He says, I'll hit the air fryer before I cook me a fucking steak.
Bro, I'll hit the microwave before I'll do a steak because of the time. Only because of the time.
I haven't had a microwave in like 7 years. No microwave.
Hold on. Other time. Laz, what is it? What does it say? Lavaza. What the fuck are you saying? Lavaza? Lavaza. What is that? I've never even heard of this. See, you guys are real coffee. I gotta hang out with a conversation with this. Microwaves are horrible for you creative. What if you stand next to it? Or if you heat up water with it? What if you heat up water with it?
Well, I mean,
you guys are fucking y'all.
Let me ask you this:
y'all are off. You guys are not using microwaves and shit. Why aren't you out here?
Look,
like swinging your nuts on people who use microwaves. Like, bro, you need to get off the microwave.
Look, if you're okay with using a microwave for your food, then you shouldn't have a problem with cultivation facilities using a microwave to nuke the weed, so that way it doesn't have bacteria and stuff.
No, that's totally different. That's completely different. If I could take fucking food and put it in the microwave and it comes out, warmed up or whatever. I know it dehydrates shit, which is not good. But I only make my instant coffee in the microwave, honestly. I actually cook in the oven almost unequivocally. I cook on a baking sheet. I make chicken, I make fries, I make sliced potatoes and stuff almost every day. I rarely eat food out of the microwave, is what I'm saying.
You're an instant gratification type of guy.
Well,
you want it now.
So I can't I have weird quirks about, so I can start everything right now, but I won't see it through. So if it takes too long or if it's not fun enough, then I'll start it and forget about it until I come back to it. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I do that with almost everything, but
not nonstop. But when I smoke weed, I calm down a little bit,
Like I'll start shit. I get gung ho. I do a lot of research. The wife says that I get obsessed, but whatever. But I'll get gung ho into it, start getting it going, fucking yeah. Learn a lot about it, and then fizzle out. Like I'm over it.
ADHD is even worse, bro, because you'll today find something out and then do 10 years of fucking research on it in fucking 30 minutes, and then you're done with it. You don't even care about it no more. Fuck.
What up?
Now.
Where you headed to town?
Yeah.
Why is your windshield cracked right on the fucking where the thing's holding it?
I know. It's fucking weird, ain't it?
Yeah.
The thing's holding the windshield together. Don't worry about it.
I'm scared to take it off. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it off.
No, I wouldn't either.
It runs right up to the mirror. Hey, at least it's not right in the fucking.
It started out as a fucking rock. A rock hit the window, and it was just a fucking tiny little fucking crack, dude. And after driving on this road,
the thing like that. Oh, I get it. It gets cold there a lot. So
it's cold, and this road is fun. It don't matter if it was cold or not. This road will beat your fucking vehicle to death.
It's just beating the shit out of the car, and it's causing the windshield to flex and move and crack.
I was gonna say my truck has two different little spots where rock chipped it, and it looks like it's gonna crack. I've had that truck for 5 years, bro. It's never done that at all. It's still got this.
You just fucked yourself. You're gonna go out tomorrow. It's gonna be spiderweb. God dang it! You should have said nothing.
I'm just saying. I think it's the cold temperatures, honestly, and the hardcore driving down the dirt road type shit. That's probably definitely.
Well, it is, right? and it's like if you get up super early in the morning. If you were in a cold area when it's super cold, and then you get in your car and you turn on the defrost right on your cold window, that'll make it crack out.
I do have a air fryer though. Okay.
Air fryer's the shit.
The air fryer is the shit. There's just a lot to clean.
Windshield to an air fryer.
Huh?
Chad,
how did we go from a windshield to an air fryer?
Oh, bro, I'm ADHD, dog. I've seen conversations at once.
Air fryer.
It's the comments. I was reading the comments.
In the same way with the chat. Now we're on to RO water. Like. Yeah, I was talking earlier about your top it first before you take a clone thing.
What about it?
I've just never done it. Like for me, the way I grow with just a single top.
It's different for you. This is if you were to top it or not have that one single cola and have an actual whole canopy. You know what I mean? That's how you
now when you transplant that, do you instantly bend those over so all the branches grow up, or what do you do? Or do you just flip it?
It depends on how long you're vegging for.
It depends on the plant structure too,
right?
But if it's a real stretchy plant, you're gonna top it right out the gate. When it starts rooting, you're gonna top those branches.
That's what I was telling family. It kind of depends on how long you're gonna veg for. Like,
yeah,
I mean, if you plan on flipping it,
how long you're gonna veg. Like, if you're gonna do, you know, a 4x4 with fucking all 1 gallon pots and flipping those, no, you don't need to.
Yeah, you better flip soon so you don't get branches.
Well, you know, you got to flip. I mean, there's no beds. Tops, 5 days, tops.
Yeah, and you could actually probably do it in a half gallon. Depends on how much you want to water, but with having no branches lean over the sides of the pot, you pretty much can do it almost in a container the size of the plant. That would just be a lot in a 4x4 though. God, that'd be a lot. I couldn't imagine trying to reach unless it was like an open space.
Right.
You could walk around the whole table. That would be fucking, yeah. But I've had so many people ask me, well, why don't you do it in your 4x4? And it's like, because you can't get to the back plants.
Yeah. No, the way that I did it, whenever I did, was in like my veg room that I had in the house. I made like a PVC thing with a foam and just stuck it down in there. I pour a little bit in, let that soak in, like just sticking it through the canopy up above it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah,
so that's the only way you're gonna get to shit like that. Doing that.
Yeah, I don't. I was telling everybody earlier, I think Levels had a fuller canopy last grow.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
I don't even look at his content at all. What happened?
The only reason I see it because of Briggs.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the only reason I see it.
It'll get sent to me. As soon as Carl shows pictures of his plants, I guarantee someone's gonna send me a screenshot of them.
Right.
Fucking jets. Can you guys hear the jets? You don't hear no background noise? There's fucking fighter jets that fucking fly. It's insanely loud. It's way louder than any other plane on Earth. They fucking fly by in formation all the fucking time, all day through here.
Well, that's just because they're flying lower. That's why you hear it like that.
Well, the fighter jets don't have the same regulation on sound as a commercial airliner does. So they're also louder too.
They're flying a lot lower than a commercial.
Oh yeah, they're really low. They have some spots out here where they do these crazy things where they'll be going straight, and then all of a sudden they'll go straight up in the air, and they'll go for a long ways, and then they'll come back down, and then they'll go flat to the ground again. And they do that in exercises out here a bunch. Like one of the bases out here does that a lot.
And the way the sound travels, you're gonna either hear it before you see them, or you hear it after you know.
Bro, you can look up and you can't even see anybody. Sometimes you'll see they'll be like this thing with them, and when they're really really loud, it's like moisture. You know,
let's talk about that. Anybody catch Lupo's fucking? He did the fucking swazzing.
What?
Oh, Lupo's.
What is up with this swaz? Is it just it might just be a trend that people are trying to get bigger. There's no way they're actually thinking it's going to do something.
Look, Carl started this shit. We
Carl started it?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I can't say that at 100% guaranteed it doesn't do anything, but does it do what they think it's doing? No.
Yeah.
But until I hear from like an actual plant scientist that does science on plants, until he tells me, "Oh yeah, stripping the plant really," I'm not going to believe it.
We've
Or-
asked.
I just think it makes the fucking bottom buds denser. That's all it does.
Well, we
That's
asked
where
Brandon Rust.
your weight comes from.
We asked Brandon Rust on our podcast, and he said, "No, don't do that." And we also asked Matthew Gates. He said, "No, don't do that." And we asked, I asked 3 people in a row on our podcast who are experts in their field.
Well, and I trust Cobra. And Cobra did a side by side.
Oh yeah, he did a test.
So,
you know,
No
the
different.
grower.
Actually, I think the one that didn't get swazzed had more weight.
I'm not swazzing it. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care if it even works. Still not doing it. It's such a waste of fucking time. Like, why am I going to spend all that time doing that shit? I got 3 big lights in there. It's going to take me an hour to fucking swazz the plant. That's stupid.
Don't go running off now, big time. You've been doing it for 15 years. I've done it once and I didn't like the results. Can you explain to us?
Yeah, we need some help with this one.
I need some more information.
None of us understand.
I just don't understand why you already got leaves on your plant. They need the leaves. When you swipe your leaves, there's more leaves growing again. Why do you want to fucking have to spend the energy? Because that's why you all get smaller buds. You just get deeper, denser buds. But why do you want to fucking have to grow the leaves again? It makes no sense.
Well, we got to discuss the fact that the buds that are closest to the top, all the top buds and everything that's closest to the light, is going to be far superior bud. So if you need to strip all your leaves to penetrate the way down here lower buds, that's cool and all. You're going to get denser lower buds, but they're still lower buds. They're still never going to be that top bud quality. So why not just grow all top quality bud and not worry about that larpy lower bud?
Hey, so big time buds and tattoos have content.
Yeah, we know who he is.
His canopy looks pretty good, bro.
Yeah, but he had to wait for the plant had to spend energy growing those leaves again.
Yeah, I gotta see what happened.
When it could be, I mean, I just think you're gonna get bigger.
Okay. Here we go, Nugget, right there. He says, question mark, still more product. So you're going for just overall bud. You don't care if it's.
But it's not more.
I mean, I don't.
It's just not more.
Look, so the best thing to do is just more people in the community need to do side-by-sides on this Swaz Tech to see.
So when you go to the dispensary, you can buy A's or B's. Which one gets you more money? A buds. So if you just want more B buds, then okay. I mean, I guess you got more B buds. But value-wise, if you flip the plant sooner and not grow those B buds, and you allow that energy to be all up in the A buds, I don't see how you're not going to get the weight and the really good buds. I don't know. I just don't see the energy wasted on the bottom, and then I don't. People think that the bud absorbs the light, not the leaves. I don't understand.
No, it does not. The flower does not absorb light. It does not photosynthesize. It does not do any of that shit.
I did try it once, and what I noticed is I got littler buds. I only ended up with
I've done it too. The buds were way smaller. They were dense,
the 50-cent pieces is all I ended up with. You know,
I've done it. I didn't like the results, but I'm gonna have to do a side by side, and I'm gonna have to do a
let me
side by
ask
side
you
on this
this,
one.
big time. Let me ask you this: did you swazi your autoflowers? And if you didn't, do you have bigger colas on your autoflowers than you do your photos? That should tell you everything you need to know right there. I mean, like autoflowers, if you didn't strip them and they got
I
nice
ain't gonna
big
lie to
leaves.
you. I don't want to do all the work that it would take to swaz my plants. I have a 5 by 12-foot grow space totally filled. It would take me probably over an hour to do it. Like maybe two. Literally, it would be adding a lot more work and effort for what am I doing? That's why I've never tried it or anything in my area because
Yeah, but
I don't even defoliate hardly at all because it's such a waste of time. I've defoliated and not defoliated, and I seen no difference. Like so, I was like, all right, whatever. You know,
but it's not, in my opinion, it's not less work later because the leaves that grow back, I bet you grow a lot more leaves in the bud, right? Because
But
it
it
seems
has
like
to. Has
when
to.
you strip all the leaves off like that, the leaves that grow back are in the bud. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to watch and see what you're, you know, like.
this stuff
But
seems decent. I've seen a couple videos on here.
no, I've seen his growth, but the bud at the end, you know, is the true teller. When you get a bud that's only your buds are never get over, you know, 4 grams, then you know, like.
Well, some plants won't get over 4 grams, but most plants are going to be, you know, on a higher level, I think, right?
4 grams is only an eighth. If you're not getting 8 fucking colas at the end of your tops, and oof.
Yeah, that's pretty low. Pretty low
Yeah,
yielding.
I mean that would be low to me. I think, you know. Well, I'm not saying that the quality's not good, big time. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
You know, I'll never know that probably, but
So apparently there's a website called 3alight.com. The link is in the chat. It says the ultimate guide to swazzing. And there's a whole entire, I'm not even lying to you, there's a whole entire resource page based on very well put together too. And then they're trying to sell you success nutrients along with
that's
it.
the thing, though, right there. You saying it right there. You're at least 4 grams. So that's what you're getting is 4-gram tops, right? Like you can do better than that.
I know I always go back to that Lorena breath plant, but dude, every single one of those tops were between 10 and 15 grams apiece. Every single one. Every single top was fucking.
Yeah, on my plant, usually I range from 2.5 to 4 gram secondaries tops.
Yeah,
So I don't.
I had snowplow number 2. They were about 4 gram tops, somewhere in there. Maybe even a little lower than that. They have just smaller. But then
It
in the
is
same grow, I
strain
had
dependent.
It is.
No, I understand. That's what I was saying. In the same grow, all the other plants though were 8 grams and above. I had some tops that were like 16 grams, and then they dried completely out to like 14 grams after like a month. They were at 14 grams still, the whole top. And that's not extra buzz. That's just literally that big nug on the top. But most of my plants are well above 4 grams. They're at least, 6, 7.
Well, even with my stretchy strains, I get over 4 grams. Top.
Snowplow number 3, it makes it looks like they're decent sized buds, but when you weigh them, they're like 7 grams. The top is 7 or 8 grams.
And again, it's about light is yield, and do you really want to yield from the B and C buds? I don't really want my yield to be majority B's and C's. I want all the energy to be tops. I want A buds.
So,
that's what I shoot for.
Take a pound of the C's, take a pound of the B's, and a pound of the A's, and then trim each bag. Start with the A's, trim the A's, then go to the B's. You'll be like, damn, this is kind of taking a little longer with the B's. then go to the seeds. You're going to quit before you're even done with the seeds. It's going to take you way, way, way longer to be able to defoliate the seeds than the B's and the A's put together. That's been my experience. So I don't even fuck with the C's at all because there's more little bitty buds with all this stuff. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't want to.
Well, you got to think it again when we talk about light. How far at that point when you're talking seed buds, how far are you away from the light at that point? I don't care if you strip all your leaves off. The penetration still isn't enough to make those buds good.
It's not necessarily about that though, because people forget how plants grow. Like tomato plant, lots of plants you prune to make the fruits better and bigger. You do that, and people have known that for a very long time. With especially with tomatoes, you want to prune tomato plants like a motherfucker, or else you're not going to have the perfect tomatoes.
You get rid of the suckers. The little sucker branches.
So then, in that case, like, why are you growing the stuff that you actually don't want? Why are you keeping it? Why are you letting it to grow? You need to be doing what other people do in other agricultural practices, which is prune the plant of the stuff that is not exactly what you're trying to grow. It's just people are grasping, they're holding on to, they want everything for all this time, but some of it's not worth their time. Really, it's not.
No,
that's why you prune the bottom.
Selective defoliation isn't swazzing.
No,
swazzing is when you're stripping all your leaves. You know that. Come on.
You need to do selective defoliation. You need to thin your plants out.
Well, you got to prune.
70% of all the leaves gone.
Right? Even in veg, you're cleaning out your plant, you're pruning it up. That's not swazzing.
Hold on. I got it. He just gave us that answer, but someone gave us a link just a little bit ago to the ultimate guide for swazzing. And the first sentence says, a swaze is essentially an extreme defoliation where 100% of the fan leaves are removed from the plant. That is not defoliation. Defoliation is a few leaves here and there. You know what I mean?
You're uncovering bud sites. You're thinning it out for airflow. That's totally different. You absolutely need to do that. We're not telling people not to defoliate. You know what I mean? That's not what we're saying.
Yeah, so the second paragraph in this website says that basically the yin and yang to get more yield. The third paragraph basically says, when you go to the gym and you lift weights and all that stuff, it makes you a little stronger and shit. These are they're trying to give you a basis story to an opinion that they have, but none of it's the first few paragraphs should have been some facts. Hey, we do this with this grams and we do this with this time and we've compared it, blah, blah, blah. This shit's...
that's what I'm saying. Can you show me, can you scroll down to where it shows the test results?
Why does swaz work? Is swaz the same as defoliation? Swazzing is a home grow. So it says, although the idea is similar to defoliation is also never taken to this extreme of the level. Defoliation is a process that has been used for centuries for many different plants and helps achieve higher crop yields. So they're just taking it to, it's like, the people who put too big of rims on their cars or people who want their chicks to have too big of an ass. It's just sometimes you go a little too far in a direction where it's actually not really all that good.
Now you got to read at the very end.
Doesn't say, bro. It says nothing about what they yielded.
At the very end will be the true conclusion.
No, bro. Look, it says patience is key. It says trimming the leaves, light cycle. It doesn't say anything about what they've done. It just says how to do it. This is like to me, this website was made by an ultimate troll. Somebody made this.
So it's like, it's probably made by the same people that did the water curing.
Oh, no, let me see. They got a really good website. I like the website. It's very nice.
I don't know. They tried to compare it to lifting weights. That's fucking retarded because I don't know. If I shave all my hair off, I'm not going to get bigger muscles.
Well, no. It's not even that. Check it out. They're comparing it to that, right? What's one of the number one things when you're working out? Cardio. You got to learn to be able to breathe and shit. What happens if you take all the leaves off your plant? Oh, it can't breathe because you just took all the fucking shit off that's on the bottom of the leaves that actually intakes air. Like, what do you?
And that's another reason to get small buds.
You lose CO2. What does CO2 do? If you supplement with CO2, you get bigger buds.
Yeah.
So what happens if you take away the ability to uptake CO2? You get smaller buds. It's just plants. It's just I didn't make it up. This is the plants the way the plants grow.
I got lit.
Yeah, I did off that joint earlier too. I got kind of quiet. I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, it's just very. I'm gonna try it because there's too many, like that website, and then all the a bunch of people trying it. I'm gonna do a side by side.
No, and you can grow however you want, but I'm just saying you're not sitting here trying to convince me how great fucking swazzing is, so it doesn't bug me at all. Do whatever you're gonna do, big time. It's the people like Levels that'll show you fucking two of the same picture of his weight and claim he got a pound, and then claim that it was from Swazi Tech. That right there is what kills any fucking tech. Even if it worked, that kills it for me right there. I mean. But it doesn't work because I've seen Carl's plants compared to what his buds are hanging out. And he's always got smaller buds. I mean, and the only thing I can think of is the fucking Swazi Tech. I mean, because, again, if you can't breathe, I don't know. I don't really care. You're right. Do you, boo. Do you, boo. Oh, yeah, Levels don't overwater. Come on, you got them new butt chugging trays. I come out and try to tell everybody that, hey, butt chugging is not the greatest thing. And what's he do? He gets his sponsors to send him fucking butt chugging trays so he can teach everybody butt chugging is good. Yeah. What a fucking moron.
People do a good job with the underfeed system. Some of them work pretty good, but it's like, are you compare that to like top watering, you know what I mean, where you get a bigger root system.
Well, and not only that, but the people that are fucking figuring it out and know what the fuck they're doing with it is people that have been growing a while, good plants, not someone that's been chasing different systems every fucking grow. Like he hasn't done one complete, like he'll do a grow and then he switches it up, does it, switches it up, does it, switches it, like, you fuck. Like, now he's gonna butt chug. Like, get out of here. You think that thing wicks all the way up a 5-gallon pot, 3-gallon pot? You think that whole thing's gonna get wet? Good luck.
Yeah. Like I did an ebb and flow system where you have
well, this is the thing, right? If ebb and flow, butt chugging, all that shit was good, then people would still be doing it, right? Why isn't anybody doing it? Why is everybody, even with drippers, everybody's top feeding?
All right, so my ebb and flow, there's a thing. Man, there's a thing that connects down here, a drain, and then this would fill up to however high I wanted it to be, and then the plant would sit inside this pot, right? And so then you can fill up with water because it pumps to the bottom through a pump. The root system and everything, and that kind of system works pretty good. But the only problem is you keep flooding the root zone and then taking that same water and putting it back in the res, and then you're keeping that water that just flooded the root zone and came back out. Which is, to me, I did it one grow and I was like, I don't think I like doing this. It worked. I didn't really like doing it. No, I did 2 grows. I did one in hydroton. I filled that whole thing with hydroton, and the second one I did in rock wool, which worked way better.
Yeah, I mean, ebb and flow, if it was such a great thing, I mean, it would be much easier to flood tables and drain tables than it would to have drippers in every single little pot, and to keep all the drippers clean, shit like that. If the the butt chugging was the way everybody would be doing it. It would be just easier. You just flood the table and then walk away, like put it on a timer and never have to.
You get a diaphragm like this, and then you hook these top hoses up to the top of your shit with an emitter, and then you can adjust the flow. And
Yep.
there's your auto water. You just put this in a pump in your res that
Yep.
you mix, and you can
Yep.
top feed every day. It's easy.
Yep, I got to get me one of those. I got the reservoir, I got the timer, I got all the shit. I'm probably going to switch to
You
coco.
want to use that diaphragm. You want to use a diaphragm like that because it equals the flow to every single one.
Yeah. Yes.
Without having that, it's very difficult to.
Well, one plant's going to get way more than the back
Yeah,
plant.
but you're going to want to, when you get the diaphragm though, you're going to want to clean it. Like I would do it once a week. You pull the top off and pull all the little plastic pieces out and everything, and take like a shop vac and like suck all the stuff out of it and suck through the line, and then put it all back together. And if you do that, it'll work very well. I use that 2 grows in a row, and that's all I did was just keep it clean every week.
Shit, if I was doing that, I would use cleanse just to keep that fucking shit all cleaned out.
Yeah. Got to roll another joint, man. That fucking joint so goddamn high that I got to smoke another one to level out. I smoked the wrong strain in the morning.
What's up, Dr. T? Oh, that joint got me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you got to pick the right weed. I picked the wrong one. Midnight stop fossil.
She's stalking you. Yeah, for sure, Cobra. I wouldn't do it with. I would definitely. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably go to coco.
You got a coco. Your initiation is you have to swaz first.
Oh god, no! I'm not wasting a whole fucking grow on that shit.
That's how you initiate yourself into coco is you swaz. That way you can say that the swaz
But
is the reason why everything changed.
You gotta purposely overveg your plant so that way you have to swaz, right?
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I got to swaz so I can get light penetration instead of. Well, maybe you should just flip sooner. Like, I don't know. That's weird. It's weird. I got 5 seeds up. I think I buried them too deep.
And so apparently the stock market has been down more days in a row consecutively than the fucking depression, the last depression.
So are you saying now's the time to buy?
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's just been a lot of fucking down pressure. Fed got that shit wrong. Basically, they said the economy is doing so well and we're projecting it to do so well that we don't have to do very much. But then all of a sudden, because of how he said things, it really disrupted the market.
Where the fuck's Nugget at? Is that like a fucking
He went in there, but the store's being robbed right now, so he's waiting on the guy that's robbing the store to finish what he's doing.
Oh, I thought that was like an Asian massage parlor. He's gonna leave us on fucking hold while he goes in there and gets a tuggy.
Yeah, let's see. There's a lot there might be a lot of things going on because our government is probably going to get into Bitcoin somehow, some way. They're going to figure out a way to do it. Hopefully.
Wouldn't that be the shits if he left his car running and someone just jumped in it right now and took off?
Nah, you don't wish that on nobody, man.
No, I'm not wishing it on him. I just think that'd be fucked up.
Oh yeah, it would.
I'm always paranoid about
Getting your
leaving
car
my
stolen,
shit.
man, is
Oh,
a
I'm
bad
paranoid
fucking deal.
about leaving any of my shit in the car, like leaving my phone and shit. I just, oof.
Yeah. Orthopedic. Hope he hasn't been robbed for his orthopedic Uggs. He will never walk the same again. Yeah, he has been in there for a while. That place is definitely getting robbed.
What do you have to go in there and take a shit? You didn't want to hit the nut bucket this morning?
There he is.
What, you lock the keys in the car?
Fucking no, it's fucking stupid in there.
You gotta tell us. We thought you was getting a tuggy while you were waiting. He said, a warm toilet seat hits better. Is that just a regular little store?
Yeah, tobacco shop.
Dude, they got a lot of fucking stickers on their windows.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
Ooh, Mickey D's. I'm hungry. No, what you're supposed to say anytime you see Mickey D's?
If I was fucking 8, yeah.
Yeah. You get a Happy Meal.
I can't eat that shit.
No.
I'll eat breakfast, but that's it.
Dude, if I eat McDonald's nowadays, I feel so fucked. Oh, it just kills me.
Well, I can't. That's why I can't eat the other shit on the menu. Breakfast don't make me feel like that. But the
I'll
fucking,
tell you,
if I get a burger or something, dude, oh my god, I feel like shit.
so I can tell you a secret. If you go to Subway, you can order just a foot long or 6 long, like meat and veggie portion, and leave out the bread.
Oh yeah.
The old lady, she always gets breakfast. She gets the eggs and shit like that, but she don't ever. She just keeps it. You can get it without the bread. Yeah, midnight is black or something.
You see that crop?
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's a cone. I roll the cone up first.
Yeah, and then you just stuff it. It's a cigarette. You just stuff it. Cigarette.
Yep. Yeah, that I did that in front of somebody one time, and they were like, "I didn't even think you could roll your own cones." I said, "Well, somebody's got to fucking make them."
Right.
You know.
Well, and a hand roll. Yeah.
They got a machine that fucking makes the cones.
Yeah, you got these little things you can put little like piece of wood or plastic that make a perfect cone. You just roll it around that. That's easier, right? But
Yeah.
but you don't have to buy, like, if you buy cones, they cost more than just buying the paper and the tips and making your own.
I don't know. I don't do cones anymore. I prefer just to roll by hand now.
I like doing it differently. Like right now, I'm packing this because I had a whole bunch of weed already out on the tray that was drier because it sat out for like a day or two. So I'm gonna pack that into a cone so it'll be easier to roll this way. If it was fresh, like I just put it out, then I would just roll it up straight up. But because it's drier right now, I'm just gonna pack it. You ever do that? I collect all the weed from each joint I roll that's too much on the side of the tray, and then over like a few days or whatever, then I'll roll a joint out of that shit.
Yep. You got like 2 or 3 different kinds. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I always do that. I'll break up something in my grinder, and there'll be a little bit left over, so I'll leave it in there, and then break up another strain, dump that out, roll my joint out of the next strain, and then put the extra in with the other extra. And by the time I got a little salad joint.
Yeah, it's probably your best joint though, ain't it?
Oh, they're good. I like them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call them salad joints.
Yeah, nice little fucking perfect homogenized mixture.
It reminds me when I was a kid and I used to get the fountain soda, and I would get a little bit of every flavor.
Oh my God, I would too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you think you know how to make the best drink ever. Like, these companies don't know how to make stuff.
You know
what? Trying to make you the best.
I did that. Like, I don't know. I did that like a few years ago before I came here to Colorado. But I did that again. Dude, I tried that, and it was the fucking worst thing I ever tasted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like, how the fuck do you drink that as a kid?
Yeah, when you're a kid, you don't understand what good is yet. You're just like, it has a lot of flavor.
You don't care. You're just drinking sugar. You're like, Mom, sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little packed one.
It's like, if you want a bunch of different flavors, drink Dr. Pepper. There's like 21.
Right. The fuck was that? Is that your torch?
Electronic lighter. It's just electric. It has no gas.
Do you watch Proper Doinks?
Yeah, I've seen some of their stuff.
I think I have.
So this is, I'm lighting this joint without any gas at all. You know what I mean? So imagine that you're hitting a pipe and you have a lighter that makes no gas and you're hitting it. Now you get a clean hit finally. You know, you're not sucking the fucking butane through it.
I don't, nah, not too bad.
Oh, I don't suck on it when I first light it anyway. I try to just burn it first, burn the edges.
Yeah, I burn it, not even in my mouth, and then I.
Right, and then I hit it.
Once it's all burnt, once it's black, yeah, then I.
Because I still feel like you're hitting it hot like that. I like the lighter though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but
if you look at that joint,
right now, so I gotta use a regular lighter now.
Show that joint again.
Hold on, I'm lighting it.
See how clean it is? There's no major dimples or.
Oh yeah.
You can tell it was packed really good. The consistency of the grind.
He packed that.
Yeah, he packed it, but you rolled it. You had to roll
the cone.
Yeah.
I hand rolled the cone and I hand rolled the tip. I cut
hand
the
rolling
tip
a cone and hand rolling a joint is two different things.
Yeah, I'll hand roll a joint to make it look just like this.
You can't hand roll shit. Shut up.
Hey, listen. According to a whole panel of fucking people that know kind of how to roll, I'm better than other people.
Let's do it. Let's set a date. We'll have a fucking roll up, deal.
All right.
Oh,
We'll
you
do
might
a
as well just
stream.
give me the trophy now.
He said, you might as well give it to me now.
No, I make my joints look like they just come right out of the fucking rolling machine.
Mine always do. Since I was fucking out of the womb. Bro, I remember the first time I ever went to go roll a blunt. I watched somebody roll a blunt, and I said, I could do that. And I tried to do it, and it took me fucking 3 years to learn how to do
I
it.
love those trucks, dude. The
Took
fucking
me so
GMC
long.
Denali's are fucking so
I love that.
badass.
Have you seen the interior package? It's fucking
Dude,
crazy.
they're fucking sick, bro.
The
Unreal.
Denali's, any Denali's are just fucking add like an extra zero. But they're awesome.
Yeah, yours fucking $70,000 to $100,000 truck.
That Denali truck that drove by there.
Oh, the GMC Denali's?
Yeah, they're fucking so sick, dude.
Speed race.
That look good.
I still want to do the shit like Nuggy and I talked about a little while back about like the grow teams, I mean, like we can have fun on the internet or we can fucking dog each other all day long, but we're a grow community. Fucking pick your fucking team. Let's have little grow fucking battles. Right? Or we can sit around and call each other fucking names all day.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's how I grow anyways. I'm already trying to, outgrow myself. And when I see people who do really, really well, I try to rise to their standards too, if I can. Like I just do that naturally. So you just got to have a bunch of people around you that are just like that, and you're already there. You ain't even got to formalize anything. It's already happening without formalizing.
Well, I think a team would be good because realistically, building morale and building, that shit helps everybody ultimately in the end. So if you can have a little bit of ball busting, and then have morale boosts, I mean, you're gonna learn a lot. I guarantee you will. And like I say, each team you have a soil grower, you have a fucking cocoa grower, you have an outdoor grower, and you have a hydro grower. A GWC or whatever fucking water. And then each week, depending on what team's going against what team, each week you go against each other in the categories. And you have a judge that picks what, and you're scored by points. I think it'd be good. Could be fun. But
all right, so the last time I got into a joint rolling competition, I won the grand finale. And here's one piece that they gave me when I won was this custom handmade bong with a handle on it that's signed by the person that made it. So you don't want to fuck with me in a rolling competition.
That just means
get your rolling game up.
That just means you were better than the people around you at the time.
Yeah.
So also, in commemoration of how good I was, someone crocheted me a giant ass joint that I won too from that event. This is worth $200. They sell these; they're a couple $100.
He won a joint competition. He got a crocheted joint.
I got like $1,500 worth of shit, basically, or $1,200 worth of shit, just for rolling a joint. Crazy.
I just thought it would be cool to do teams. I was trying to think of a way to do it kind of like they do with fantasy football. So that way people that aren't in the grow off can still participate. And how they would participate is they would build their team based on players that are on teams, right? Like, so say creative's on a team on a team, and you want creative on your team for your, you would pick creative, and so anytime creative wins a round, you would get points based on how he did on his round, and then your person that you're going against, depending on who their person they picked is,
Yeah. So that's like yeah, that's exactly how people do it right now. If we had a joint rolling competition thing and we wanted to make it national and compete, then we would have people from Arizona that represent our community be in that group, and they represent
yes,
Arizona. So,
you could do your teams as far as like states if you want, or you could do teams based on, like you pick. Like we could have a draft, right? Like a real draft, and we have the team leaders would be in an open panel, and they would draft who they want to be their grower from what category. I mean, like, and they would pick their team, right? It's a thing that really, realistically, if it did it big enough, like it could be a fun thing. But I've talked about it for a while, and I haven't really put much effort into it.
Find, like, I don't want to be in no competitions for the competitive thing of trying to win. I like getting in competitions for the camaraderie of, like, when you play basketball or something, like you might talk shit and you're really competitive to the other people you're playing with, but they might be your friends though on the other team. You know what I mean? But while you're playing, you're having fun in the spirit of competition.
It's all about having fun in a different way than what everybody's trying to do right now, as far as educating.
Because it's not, because you don't need to know. It's not like who's the best out of everybody. That's not even what it's like.
Oh no, it's like, creative. I got to go against Nuggy this week. Fuck, man, my plants are gonna. Can you take a look and get, the camaraderie of it? I mean, you're gonna get to learn shit. You're gonna be able to, But I just don't think that people want to do it.
We gotta get something together. That'd be fun.
I think it would be fun. And like I say, having an outdoor, we got to figure it out soon, because before outdoor starts, because having the outdoor involved too, outdoor doesn't always get involved with grow off and things like that.
Be in there.
So we need that category,
People always discount outdoor. Like, I don't smoke outdoor because my sinuses, but I got really bad sinus shit I've had my whole life. But
I mean,
it clogged me up really bad, But the outdoor is weed, bro. That's where weed comes from. Like, like, the fuck, you're not gonna have outdoor growers in there.
I got a lot of time on my hands, so if people are really interested in doing it, I would love to do it.
Oh, Midnight called it, bro. The loser has to swazz their plants the next grow. The whole grow they have to swazz.
I just don't want to put a bunch of time into it and then everybody be like,
I don't know. The way the fuckers grow offs and grow alongs go on YouTube, man, something always fucking goes fucky.
Huh? What are you complaining about now?
Hang on. I don't know what I just did. There we go. I said that just the way that grow offs and grow alongs go on YouTube, something always fucky goes on.
Well, that's why, it has nothing to do. You grow whatever you want to grow. You know what I mean? A seed, clone, whatever. You're putting your plant up against the next guy. I don't give a fuck what it is. I just want to
be a judge. I don't want to be in the grow off. I just want to be a judge and be in the and help the categories and stuff. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't even care, really. I think it would be cool to see, like, because I like watching the grow together things when people grow seeds and they all grow at one time. Because you learn something about yourself in that environment. You're watching other people grow the same thing you're growing. You know what I mean? And something about that environment can make you learn more yourself. Like I would, like if I was growing, if we were all growing the same thing in a grow off, just to grow it together, and then I seen how you guys grew the same thing I grew, and it was I'd rather have your results. It's gonna make me be different the next time I grow because of what I went through, right? That's what I think about it. Bring your own seeds.
Yeah, grow whatever you want.
it,
I mean,
man.
you're the one that's got to put the plant up against the next guy. Like, I mean, obviously, you got to be in the same grow medium. It's got to be the same, you know, at least the same grow medium. But I mean,
Dad's
other than
tent already
that, I
wins
mean,
though. So second and third place is open, but first place is already taken care of by Dad's tent. So second comes in at $2,500 under the table, and third comes in at $1,500.
how many teams that we have? I mean, it could go like it could be almost a fucking year thing because outdoor is so long.
Damn, my phone. It's crazy. The super fast charger can't even charge the phone super fast while StreamYard's on.
No,
Fucking wild, dude.
it helps if you open in Chrome, but
Good. How you doing, bro?
I have a fucking super fast and like crazy fast charger hooked up to my phone. It's like I got a regular charger plugged in.
Okay.
StreamYard, nuts.
fuck it, I'm gonna go talk to Pigeons about doing a team grow off like I was talking. Fuck it.
Hey, yeah, Pigeons just got his grow set up ready.
I'll go pitch it to one of the real guys. Oh, they're probably listening. They're gonna steal it tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, it's back. They might not be listening, but other people who watch them are listening, and then they comment somewhere on one of their videos somewhere or something, and that gives them the idea. Like, hey, you should do this. You should talk about this.
Well, how do you think they get their content? Like,
yeah, from the community. Definitely from the community.
well,
I mean,
what
that's what you got to if you've been in the game that long. Some of them guys been making content a decade plus, bro.
I can't talk to any of those guys. They all got me blocked.
So what's up with levels? Hold on, I haven't even seen his. He has a new grow again.
Oh, I don't.
I ain't really been. I got this fucking swazzing website still pulled up. This shit is crazy. I got to email that guy that made it. For real, and see if we can't get him on the HDE podcast.
Well, see, that would be the thing. They could create their own team just as well. You know?
No, that swazzing website. The 3 Alliant people. Yeah, get them on HDE podcast and really talk to them about, what's up with all that stuff, because they took it seriously. They have their resource button only has one thing. It's called Swazzing Guide. That's it. They don't have nothing else in here. This website is strictly to teach you about that shit.
Huh. Could you imagine if that was the one thing you did that put you over the top?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it would be crazy though.
I think Moonwater will be honest though, because I guess he stripped one of his. And I, you know, for as much of a cuck as he is, I think he would genuinely be honest about the results. Yeah, there you go. They look like shit, and I mean, bugged out. They got bugs. Oh. Then you can't even compare it. As soon as you have other issues, you can't. Wow.
Holy shit, bro.
Got you, whoever it is.
Dude. 8 days ago, Levels posted a video about his heavy defoliation. Dude, he literally just chopped these plants completely in half. I've never seen anything like that.
I see you, JB. Those didn't look bad. That was quick.
Oh, where'd he go?
He was up there for a second, and then he probably lost service or something.
Dude, look, I just went to go look at this video. Levels had a full tent. It looked very beautiful. And then
Yes. Then he's swazzing, and you look at it now, and it. Yes.
Yeah, he cut the plants in half. Literally, I'm trying to figure out how that is helping. Like, does he wait and let them grow back out again, or what happens? That was crazy. I literally seen a full tent in the beginning of the video. Here, I'll drop the link.
Just share it. Share stream.
Oh, I can't do that on. I'm on.
Oh, you're on your phone, right?
Yeah, and it's beautiful tent in the beginning, and then he chopped them all up.
Hey guys, I got to park somewhere else.
I know. Like, we'll have to see what happens. But that was really what I was like. Damn, that tent's ready to go. Like, it should have been flipped already, but it can be flipped now, and it's ready to go. And then he chopped the plants down so bad that now he doesn't have the canopy he had anymore. So now he's going to have to wait a little while for sure for them to grow into the canopy. If he flips now with those plants chopped down like that, he's losing weight probably.
He already flipped. He's already in flower.
I don't even know what to say, honestly.
Right?
I don't know. I have no
clue. Yeah, everybody go over there and look at that link, and then you'll see what Creative's talking about.
It's wild, dude. That shit is wild to me. I've never done anything like that. I'm not saying I'm a great grower or anything like that, but I cannot see. I've been growing straight 5 years every day, my life for 5 years straight. I got a lot of harvests in, but my plants have been doing very well for a number of years. And I've never even seen anything. I've never seen anybody attempt to do anything like that. That's just a little bit much. I would never recommend if you're my friend, like I know you and shit like that, and you're doing shit like that, and I seen it and you show me, immediately I'm gonna say, what the hell are you doing? Like, what the hell? That don't even make no sense. I'm gonna explain why it don't make sense. And then I'm gonna give you resources to, like, Bruce Bugsby and a bunch of people, other podcasts we've done where we've asked people if that's okay to do. Like, damn. He literally had a full, tell me I'm lying, if anybody looked at that video, he had a full canopy, a beautiful canopy, ready to go. And then he hacked it all down. Like half. It's probably under half of what the plant was, each plant. Never seen anything like that before. And I didn't know that's what swazzing was. I thought swazzing was stripping all the leaves down the branches. He actually went in there and pruned the whole plant in half, like this. and then pruned everything else too.
What's it?
I've never seen anything like that.
That's what Levels did?
Yeah. I've never
Why would
seen
he
anything
cut
like
it? Why would he cut it in half?
I don't know. You seen that Midnight?
When was that video?
Huh? He just did it 8 days ago.
Oh, I must not have seen it yet.
Yeah, I got to see the next video now. He's got me hooked because if it blows out in the tent and actually fills it out again like it was before he chopped it all up, then that would be surprising to me. I wouldn't expect that, so I'd like to see what happens next.
Yeah, but it could easily do that. But look, watch the bud sites. Watch the size of the buds. That's where it's going to determine. Like, I mean, I still feel that it stunts the bud growth, so that growing back the leaves, that the buds are stunted. They don't grow the same size as they once would have.
Yeah, I don't know. That was crazy to me though. That kind of blew me away. I don't think that is what you should be doing.
Oh, that's definitely 2 to 3 grams a watt for sure. I haven't even seen it, but
yeah, that messed me up.
it's always there.
Yeah, I don't understand exactly, Root. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't understand the method of his genius right now. I have to see the results, and then I could say, okay, that was the method of his genius, but I don't know yet. That was really crazy. I've never seen anything like that though. That was my first, like, I'm good. My cherry's popped. I've seen what it looks like. I didn't know that. I would say that's totally bad to do, but I don't know much. I mean, I could see it working if you let the plant heal. It's just going to be a big ass plant. But if you flip it right after you did all that, I can't imagine why that was. I don't know. I don't know how a plant responds to that.
Well, think about how it would be outdoors. That's a major stressor because that would be like a deer coming along and eating all the leaves and fucking biting,
Yeah,
topping it. That's a major stress.
I've never done that to a plant. I've cut small plants that are like this tall in half, boom, while they're small, so that they could get bigger because they're real stretchy. Maybe that's similar to that, but I didn't flip the thing right after. You know what I mean? I literally had to let it grow for a long time. But I don't know. That was pretty crazy right there. I didn't expect. I thought swazzing. Real talk. I'm not even lying at all. I'm not hyping it up or nothing. I thought swazzing was where you have the branch and then you just strip the leaves, everything down the branch, like all the main fan leaves, and leave all the little bitty nodes, and all the little nodes will come out and get bigger. That's what I thought it was. Uh, but that's what he was doing was like a real, like you prune a rose plant before you're gonna go sell it to somebody. You know what I mean? Like you just chop it all up. Here.
I think he went in there like a deer. I think he went in there on his hands and knees and just started chewing on it. Ah.
No, he had some pretty big scissors.
Jeez.
I'm not saying anything bad about him or anything like that. I just don't understand the method. It's giving me
No, I don't either. I don't, and I don't care. Again, I don't care about him personally. I don't fucking whatever. Everybody's got their own issues, but
yeah.
What he does with his plants are just, it proved it when he showed the picture twice to prove that he got a pound, and you can see that he used the same picture twice, and he tells you Swazi Tech is what did that. Then that should tell you everything you need to know. Like, how are you going to prove to me something that I don't believe in, but you lie to me about it? Like, get out of here. Like, fucking.
Damn.
And you know what's worse than that? It's all the people that hang around him and know it. And just, I'm not going to say anything. Why would I, like, he's teaching new growers crap, but who cares? That almost makes you worse. By not going, dude, what the fuck? That's okay. You didn't get a pound. It's not a big deal. Shoot for it next time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. Oh, shit.
Why is he in the aisle with all the damn gloves?
Maybe he's looking at gloves.
Yeah, these are new gloves.
I was here last time. They had a pair that I wanted, but I don't see them now.
Holy shit. Look at all the gloves they got.
Oh, good.
That's what I'm saying. Arizona, I didn't even think they got that many gloves in the whole state.
Yep, I don't see them now. Son of a bitch. Oh well. I mean, look at the whole fucking rack of Yetis.
Holy shit. Need a cup?
Yeah, you got to find the Gale. There's a whole shelf for Gale products too.
Good, how you, bro?
And help you find them. Got a lot of stuff.
Ah, you good? I'm just kind of looking.
Why don't you get the fuck out of the way so I can get through, dickhead? Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Walks right in front of you. Woo, woo, woo. That's a nice. That's
I don't see it.
a big gun department.
It's not bad.
Are you getting a BB gun?
No, I'm just looking right now.
No, don't do it. You'll shoot your eye out.
Make sure you get a gold trigger.
Okay. Super. Sorry about that. Hey, no problem.
Sorry, bro. They got the oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're age restricted now.
Yeah, that AR-15 is only $3.99. That's a fucking good price. See that? See that gun right there? That's what I want. It's a 12 gauge, but it's fucking, dude, it's so expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 12 gauge with it comes with a clip.
Get like
magazine.
get an AA-12.
This is an MK12, DD MK12. It's $2,300.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Probably shoot straighter than fuck though for a shotgun.
Oh, there it is, right there. I think that's it up there. It's only $319. Is that the 12 gauge up there? That top one up there, is that the 12 gauge?
No, that's a.
Oh, is it?
That's a black top.
Oh, okay.
AA-12, no recoil. Yeah, they're like the gas chambered, semi-automatic, fucking assault rifle shotgun.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're out. They usually have a lot more guns.
Twerking on
buying
Twitch
the
for
shit out of
tokens
them.
must be dangerous these days.
You ever shot? Anybody ever seen one of these right here? These two. These are called the Governor. But they also have a judge.
Those
40
things don't
shoots
fit
at
in your hand, bro.
45, 410 too. They're big. They're actually pretty big. I mean, look at it right next to a regular one.
Yeah, next to a regular hand, it probably looks big.
No, to a regular. This is a
That thing's like a small
38 special.
Yeah.
Right there. So that one right there is a 38 special. That is a 45 410. It'll shoot a 45 pistol round and a 410 shotgun shell. They're badass. I like them.
You seen the 480 Magnum
Ooh, that's
handgun?
a good fucking. That's a good deal right there.
What? Nah.
For a Taurus 9mm, that ain't a bad deal at all. Dude. 219. You're crazy.
Might as well just get a Glock, dude.
Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm. That's
There you go.
this is the gun I had right here. But mine was a 40. Oh, all right.
Well, you can go ahead and get off here. It's been a good morning, I'll tell you that. I got hired and shit. Not gonna do shit.
Propane.
What was that? Amanda, did you have that last propane?
It was 21 something.
Do you have a phone number with us, sir?
Yes.
Lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Boom, boom, boom.
Somebody's dog's out. Oh, there's.
Who let the dogs out?
This cocksucker still hasn't put my fucking tanks by my truck. Better have.
His neck's too red.
Watch out, bud. Watch out. This guy. Okay, yeah, he did. Good butt. Go on, go. Get up there. Go on. I'm trying to lift these fucking things one-handed. There you go. You got a tiny little spot to climb back there now, you fucker. Oh, shit. All right, what else do I need to get? Just gas. Damn, she's cute. Oh, the propane stinks. Tesla. They're driving Teslas. What are we listening to?
I don't know. I'm just fucking around with the buttons. The media assist.
Little background jams. I've been craving a fucking monster here lately, and I can't have one.
Don't they have one with 0 sugar?
Yeah, they do, but it's loaded with sodium.
Oh, and the other shit that's in it, probably.
I'll be right back.
Oh, shit. Not the Tesla. If you get a Tesla, you have to get a Tesla charger put at your house. Is there like an adapter you can just plug it in? Oh, shit. I'm just fucking around here. I've never really messed with the buttons. Oh, what's today? Ooh, tomorrow's Yule. Let's see what this is.
And then having a good team.
What do you think the number one thing people do wrong is in the grow or with plants?
that you've seen?
I think people waste a lot of space. You don't need a 6 foot tall plant to hit your numbers. Like the more, like I shoot for a 4 foot tall plant and I want my canopy depth a certain height. Certain strains I can get away with more canopy depth. Others I can't, depending on, leaf density and, calic ratios and everything else. But I don't think people maximize their space well. And I see a lot of people wasting time and energy and money on a plant that you could have done more with less. Like you don't need to grow a 6 foot tall plant. You just don't.
To strip the bottom 4 feet off.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's always my favorite.
It's crazy.
Throw some pavins in there. Pull it all. Yeah.
I see people, canopy density is really important. I see a lot of grows that don't maximize, their square footage. And I use every.
I'm just fucking. Yeah.
Imagine that.
It's stripped the last 4 feet.
Who was that?
And that is drip hydro. That is the nutrient company telling you that. They're laughing at you because you're growing a tall plant and stripping 4 feet of it.
Or not stripping 4 feet of it and wasting all your energy on that fucking booth.
Under canopy lighting, yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to start. Jesus, dude. Put my fucking seatbelt on.
Yeah, I don't see Teslas anywhere near me.
Fuck, they're all over here, dude. There's one. There's a red one that lives up the road we do, dude. It drives that thing every day. That road, and it's a fucking little Tesla car. Yeah, you see them all over here, dude. That and you're starting to see them fucking cyber trucks all over the fucking place.
I think those things are kind of neat looking.
Well, they had a big old recall on them because of Whistling Diesel. He fucking snapped the fucking frame.
Oh yeah, it takes me 15, 20 minutes to get to town.
It takes me about 20 to 30, just depending on snow or mud or whatever.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
So,
I was thinking it would take you longer than that, but that's not bad.
I usually do it in about 22 to 25 minutes.
Probably quicker if you're not chatting on live or something. Just cause.
Yeah, well, it depends on the road too, because if it's all fucked up, it'll take 30 minutes easy.
Yeah.
When it's got a bunch of washboards and potholes, and it's fucking horrible. So you got to go slow.
Right.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
We got propane.
I got propane. I got the gloves. Propane gloves, cigarettes. I think that's all I'm supposed to get. Fucking love this car. Hard vest. Fucking, I love it. The jackets get too fucking hot. You know what I mean? And I can wear a fucking long sleeve shirt and this vest, Carhartt vest, still stay warm.
I just stay in the house. I do need to go get. I do need to go get propane though. It reminded me when you were getting propane. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was gonna go get propane, but then I got high. Ooh. I feel like you're forgetting something.
Yeah, stop. I did too, but I don't think I am. They sold this little gas station here, the last one. It's like the last one before we hit up our hill here. And they sold that motherfucker for $2 million.
Jeez. You should have bought that fucker.
Yeah.
$2 million.
It's a good one to have, but it is the last one before everybody goes up the mountain or goes out the other way here. So that's the last gas station.
Yeah, but $2 million.
Yeah, right. Some Japanese lady. She got what she was asking.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Some Indian people bought it apparently.
That would make sense.
Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy.
You buy, you get out. You buy, you get out. In the little small town I used to live in, there was a little Asian lady that they owned the gas station there, and she was kind of goofy, but I knew her pretty well. She'd come out when I'd get ready to fucking pull off, and she'd run up to my fucking car. She'd bang on the window. And I'd roll down the window and she'd say, "You, fuck you." And she'd run off. Like, she thought it was funny. Her husband hated it when she cussed. So I would always cuss at her and she'd always cuss at me. And then same thing, they sold. Fucking
Where's my joint? Hopefully my damn cigarette roller's here. There comes the mail lady. Yeah, my fucking, that's what I needed to get. Another joint roller. My joint roller broke. But see, that's a hand rolled joint.
damn it, my joint roller broke. Look at my hand rolled joint.
I got tired of rolling joints too.
I know. I got 2 rollers sitting right here. I just.
The only thing I don't like about the joint rollers is they roll them a bit too tight.
Yes, they do. And it's hard to gauge the amount of to put in there so it's not as tight. Because as soon as you close it up and twist it once, it just tightens it all up.
Right. It don't matter really how much you put in there, it just tightens it all the way up.
And if you don't put enough, you'll roll the paper completely around the fucking joint. I've done that too. I've tried to roll them loose. Figure I'll just pack it once I pull it out. And it be so loose though that it fucking rolls the paper around the gum. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
I got a 78 millimeter, and I have that's for like the 1.25 inch, and then the smaller one's the 70 millimeter. But I feel like
So
you can't really roll. I mean, I guess you could if you tried to put a crutch in the roller, roll a crutch in it.
yeah, you can. I've done it. The thing is getting it even. The amount of weed with the size of the crutch.
Right, without sucking a bunch of Scooby snacks in the crutch too.
Yeah. But yeah, I've done it. You can do that. Man, this joint is like super skunky this time.
Mm.
Dad's supposed to be doing a weed review here soon.
Live?
I don't know about a lot yet.
I don't even know. I think I'd subscribe to him. Whose weed is he reviewing?
Mine in the buildings.
Oh, see?
Such as some of the skunk walker OG.
Skunk walking.
She's fired. Really good. I'm shocked that it came out this good.
Why are you shocked?
Well, because it was a fucking. So I had wobbly skunk number one, and this was the time that I had Skywalker OG that hermed fucking 3 times in a row. But it hit that fucking skunk number one, and those are the seeds from that skunk number one.
Yeah, but
it was a herm.
really good.
I mean, I figured it would have fucking had fucking herm tendencies, or you know what I mean. But dude, it was
not always. That's the thing, right? That's not always. If those 2 strains that did that happen to be fairly genetic, and for whatever reason you just got a last ditch effort that pollinated, or was it a straight on herb?
It was a straight on herb. They hermed 3 times in a row. I ran it 3 different times. Did less and less each time. So the last time where I did nothing, I just let it grow, and it still hermed.
That's crazy. I'm surprised you even tried running the beans.
I sent them to Bill, and he told me to. I told him what they were. He's like, send them to me. I'll grow them. So I fucking sent them to him. And
fuck it, it worked out. That's cool. It's almost like you took the herm out of it. You know what I mean? Like
maybe it's possible. I've still got a few seeds of it too. I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you gotta chop it down. Who cares, right?
Right.
You got the smoke, good smoke now, so fuck it.
Shoot, it's fucking really good. Got like a hint of skunk, and I can't even really tell you like the other terps to it. It's super terpy. Like, I don't know, it's really fucking good.
Bob Hall says, "Oh, not another nuggy breeding project." Remember Bubba?
Yeah, no. Bubba was another one exactly like that. That's where Dylan got the black Bubba from. That you remember that he did in the biodome? Those were another ones he wanted them. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll send them to you. There you go.
Yeah, as long as they know what they're getting.
Everybody that got some of them, everybody's not person got a fucking herm or a male. That when I did that Bubba shit, dude, I was new in the community. I was fucking like brand new, dude. I had no idea. That's just the type of stupid shit people do when they first come in. I was one of them. but you learn. That's why it's funny to me to watch when new people come in now, to watch how they act. It's funny to me.
Or they think like when you say something to them, you're being mean or this or that. It's like, no, you don't realize, you have no clue. I've been around long enough that I've seen the shit. You know, like,
Yep.
I
Seen
know
it, done it, then did it. Like I know, yes.
I guess if you want to relive it, then do it, because then I'll watch it again. Like,
yep. If I haven't done it, I've watched somebody else do it.
yeah, it's happened before. You're not reinventing the wheel.
Nope.
I've got to get some new filters. These fucking crutches suck. These crutches, they're fucking really super hard.
Oh. Shit, what ADHD just sent me. All right, I'm headed down the hill. I'm going to cut out here soon.
All right.
It'll last a little bit longer, but not much. I'm going home and get something to eat. I'm starving. Hopefully we get our router today. Starlink sent us a new one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I think unless the Ethernet port is fried and the router we have, and that's why it's not working, I think we're going to have the same issue. So we're going to have to get the router modem combo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, what are you doing?
Oh. You're fixing to cut out, isn't he? Cut it! Oh, it was Nuggy split up the 420 community with his fucking Bubba Herms. Huh.
Shit.
So not only does he kill gardens, he kills communities. Fuck. This is the last thing he gets to hear before he cuts out. So he kills channels, gardens, and communities. That's pretty fucked up. I'm gonna be calling it here soon anyway. So shit. I get so many fucking notifications. Sweet. Everybody should go over there. Because I'm probably gonna jump off. Appreciate everybody showing up. 33 people still here. Kudos to all you for putting up with my shit. Have a great day, and we'll do it again real soon. As always, stay moist. Cheers, everybody.